peace of mind. Right now, get a couple's heart and lung scan for just $99 total when you use promo code TheFan50 at craftbodyscan.com. I guarantee this is one date she really wants you to schedule. That's promo code TheFan50 at craftbodyscan.com.
The next disaster is coming. Make a plan. Keep extra medication on hand. Make copies of important documents. Stay informed and be ready. Learn more at americares.org/send-us-in.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, injury lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com.
They score!
WCMC-FM HD1 Holly Springs.
Chatfield to the far side. 4 seconds on the clock. Hey, what do you say? The 2026 Carolina Hurricanes are Stanley Cup champions. They surround the rookie, the winning goaltender, Brandon Bussey, along the end boards. The coaches, the training staff celebrating at the bench. And in 2006, it was a 7-game win over the Edmonton Oilers. And in 26, it's a 6-game win over the Vegas Golden Knights.
Oh! Wait, there's no Game 7?
What?
Game 7's tonight!
I know. Actually, that's what I kicked off with our stream comment. I said, Happy Wednesday /hump day /Game 7 day the Canes did need.
That's awesome. All right. It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. So, question. Would you have been okay with a Game 7?
I mean, my blood pressure would say no.
Right.
I would feel confident still that they would pull out a win at home. But I'm glad we don't have to deal with it.
So, I agree with that. I always thought the Hurricanes were going to win the series, but I was also very confident going into the playoffs that the Hurricanes were going to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. Especially after Game 5.
Well, I thought the first series, they could have lost that series.
Yeah.
Ottawa was good enough. As it turned out, not, but there's a reason why Carolina swept that series, but Ottawa was very good. They were clearly better than Philadelphia, even though Carolina needed 2 overtimes to beat Philly. They were better than Philly. And I could make the argument that even though they were, 8 points behind Montreal, I could make the argument that Ottawa was actually better than Montreal, too. But at the beginning of the playoffs, I think a lot of people picked them or didn't. I don't know. I really don't pay attention to a ton of that. I'm not saying I ignore it completely because obviously I don't. But I thought that there were a fair number of people who thought that Ottawa would win that series.
Yeah.
And I got it. I understood it, man. I thought Ottawa was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, the way Carolina won Game 2, okay, that's different because, and the head coach disagreed with me. And by the way, Rod Brind'Amour will be with us at the bottom of the hour.
Yes.
So Rod Brind'Amour today. I have a lot of questions for Rod, some of which will revolve around hockey.
Mm-hmm. I know. Now we have summer protocol.
Well, no,
coming.
we're not going to get full on summer yet. We'll do that. And he's going to tease me into saying, "Well, you're not going to do it."
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Right.
But the way that he said, when I said to him before Game 6, it might have been before Game 5, I don't remember, that Freddie stole you some games. Because I believe that Anderson won Game 2 of the Ottawa series and Game 2 of the Philadelphia series. The only 2 games of those first 8 where the Hurricanes weren't clearly the better team. I thought Ottawa, you make an argument, Ottawa should have won Game 2. And I don't know if Philadelphia should have won any game, But I thought Philadelphia's best game was Game 2 of that series. And I thought Anderson was at his best in those 2 games. The goal he gave up, the second goal he gave up in Game 2 against Ottawa was the only atrocious goal he gave up all playoffs. As many bad goals as we saw during the year, the second goal, the Dylan Cousins goal, had no business ever going in, that went in, I think actually helped him lock in the rest of that run until we had spring break.
Yes.
the 11-day break.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we'll talk about a lot of different things today, but obviously we're going to focus a lot on some Canes stuff because I still have, now that I'm sort of awake, and by the way, shouts to, I'm going to read an email here in a minute. Shouts to all the people who commented, whether it was on the podcast or when I walked back in here. And I don't disagree. I did not take this in any way, shape, or form as a negative, because I firmly believe it to be 100% accurate. Oh, Adam, you look tired. Yes, I am officially tired. Now, I had no trouble waking up today. Not a big deal, normal, quarter. I think it was 5:45. I slept in. Got some things done in the morning. But anyway, a lot of people, man, you look tired. Well, yeah. Monday morning was a tough morning in terms of, I was 3 hours behind. We were in Vegas. Still had to do all the things I would normally do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But 3 hours earlier, after a very late
emotional.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, it was definitely emotional.
That's draining, too.
But it was just, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, yes, I agree. I look tired. And I will probably continue to look this way until Wednesday of next week.
Yeah.
Right? I'm
and
telling
then you start your spring break?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
No, I haven't even figured out what I'm doing the rest of the summer, to be honest.
Yeah.
I will figure. I went into our little work system, and I was going to start, planning out, days off.
Yeah.
I got 2.
Yeah.
I can't. I couldn't even think beyond next week. Anyway, point being, I agree. I look tired. I don't really feel that tired, but
it's a good tired.
It's a great tired. I'll stay this tired every June for however long it takes.
Let's do it.
I'm very happy. I always say that I've budgeted the energy for 4 playoff rounds.
Right.
And when they've lost in the conference finals, let's kick the first year out. That was wild. In 2 out of the last 3 years before this year, not based on some of the inaccuracies that we have seen on social media, which we will get to. I'm whipped when it's over. But I am not. Like I said, I joked around. I may have done this on the air. I don't think I did. I think I just joked around with somebody yesterday. I'll be happy with another series.
Yeah?
Oh, I said it to the guys in Charlotte yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I'll be happy with another series.
Right.
I got,
Yeah.
It's not going to take that long. We have 4 games.
Right.
I got 4 more games in me.
2 sweeps, gentleman sweep.
Come on.
Yeah, we got space.
Come on, I'm ready. I'm ready to go for another series. All right, before we I'll tell you what, let's dig in here. We'll start. I love the oh man, the new graphic went away.
That's okay. I can put it back up afterwards.
All right, good. I like that new graphic.
It's awesome. It's a very awesome graphic.
I do. I love it. All right, so this was forwarded to me by our podcast maven, Anita. And I've just thought, I hope people understand that I do not want attention. I'm not interested in it, but it conveys what I try to do on a night in, night out basis when we do the stuff after the games for the Canes.
Yeah.
When we do the Canes Corner podcast and when we talk about it and all of that stuff. So this comes from Pete. Listen to the Canes Corner podcast from Game 6. Love the way you summarize the team, the players, the season, the journey over the last 8 years. I've been listening to you for 20 years. Appreciate your insight, humor, honesty through it all. Most memorable to me was when Tom Dundon announced Rod as the next head coach, and some of us, I may have been one, not me, him, I'm reading his letter, were a bit worried about elevating an assistant coach who had been part of teams that couldn't make the playoffs. We loved RBA, obviously, but beloved players can let you down in these roles. And he said, you said something to the effect of, you get it, but Rod is a perfect hire, and don't blame him when he couldn't have much impact when running Bill Peters' system. Of course, it didn't take long before we all saw that Rod was not just a good hire, but a great one and a great human being. I listen to almost every Canes Corner podcast, usually keeping me company as I cook dinner, mow the lawn, go for a walk. I really appreciate how you look beyond the score sheet to talk about performance. It feels like you really get what RBA wants from his players, and you understand the topics we're thinking about as fans. Anyway, just wanted to thank you for being a sort of guide and therapist for some of us on this incredible journey with this team through the years. What an incredible season, and the challenges and failures over 8 years make it all that more special. Thanks. And that is a very, very accurate portrayal of what I try to do after every game with the podcast. I am not a slave to the statistics. Sometimes they tell us a story, and other times they are misleading. And sometimes you have to allow your eyes to tell you, to inform you. Sometimes it doesn't. Look, I'm not ignoring data. I will never ignore it. But sometimes I look at it and go, is that what I watched? And sometimes the answer is, of course not. I mean, I'm not a dope. So, Carolina was statistically beaten by Vegas in Game 6. Statistically, they were beaten. Vegas, through the data, looked like the better team. We all know different. Actually, in the series, Vegas had a higher expected goals in all situations than Carolina. We watched. We know different. So what I'm saying is that as it relates to what I do on post-game pods, we try to give you a truer picture of what happened. And I try very hard, although, and I have admitted this in the past, it is not always, I do not always pull this off. And I'll give you a great example in a second. I try very hard to not be emotional fan after a game. It is not easy to do it sometimes because there are games you want to win more than others. For instance, first game at Florida.
Oh, yeah.
I was super mad after that game. Super mad. Go back and listen to it, by the way. June 17th? Something like that. Right? They were Florida, Tampa, then a couple of days later they were Florida. Or maybe June 20th, because I think the last Florida game was the 23rd.
Maybe. Everything's a blur.
Yeah, and they did they blow Florida out? I don't remember. I don't know. They lost here to Florida too. Anyway, so go check out the first Florida game. The podcast after the first Florida game. You will hear angry Adam. I was very angry.
Yeah.
All right. And I try not to be that way, but I do at times let my own fandom bleed through.
It's difficult not to.
Right? And
sometimes.
It is very hard. So it is a balance. In this case, I was fan Adam, and I was pissed. Most times, I am, all right, yeah, disappointing, not the end of the world. Look at, they could have done this, but. So, I am a human being, but we try to do it to where you believe it, even if I'm telling you things that you don't agree with, that you understand where I'm coming from, and I don't ignore the input. Input is not the right word. I don't ignore the emotions of fans. Sometimes I will accept them.
Right.
And go, you know what? I get it. You can feel that way if you want. Mm-hmm. But here's why it's not like we get people who are absolutes.
Yes.
And I'll say this one more time, one thing, then we'll move on to some things that I want you to hear. There are people who are super negative all the time. And I'm here to tell you that I saw you celebrating just like everybody else at the end.
Yep.
And don't think I don't know that you were the super negative. We'll never do this. We blip, 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 blip. Ah!
Yep, all of it.
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say?
Exactly.
It's all right. And I don't even want people to go, yeah, I was wrong, you were right, or I should have been more positive. No, man. Yeah. You do you.
Right.
You do you.
I will give kudos, though, to at least one or two Canadian fans because they did own up their negativity and
other
all of
teams'
that.
fans
Yes.
are fine.
Yes.
Other teams' fans are fine. So here's a couple of things I want to discuss today, and I want you to. We have at least one thing we got to hear coming up. Hold on, we'll do that. But yeah, we're not going to have time for the guys on Sportsnet 590 in the first segment. We're going to have to do that at 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, you got to hear like they're trying to not be disrespectful as they are being disrespectful.
Yeah, it is 100% a not to be mean, but or don't mean to be offensive, but
we'll do that at 1 o'clock. So come if you have to do something and like you're budgeting time, show up at 1 o'clock. We'll do that one, and we'll do Eric Tulsky. We're just doing the show meeting on the air. So, like a lot of people, I'm still basking in all of this. We're also batting away the awful, lazy narratives, and we'll discuss those throughout. But have you all enjoyed, as I have, and I know Victoria has? Heck, first of all, credit to my wife, who at the beginning of this series said Carolina in 6.
Yeah, I know. I need to go back because when we predicted it, it was at the very end of the show, right before we started the series, and I said Canes in 6. I
said
remember.
Canes. I think I might have said Canes in 7. I don't really care.
I don't remember.
I think I might have just said Canes. It didn't matter to me. But my wife said Canes in 6.
Yes.
She doesn't want a Game 7 because she does not want to risk losing here.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I understand that. However, I mentioned it, I think, yesterday. I would have loved to have been here for it. Like, it didn't take away from their win, but it would have been very cool to, be here for it. But, yeah, it would have been a roller coaster of emotions.
All right, now, some fun stuff, because we're going to get into the hard, and Rod Brind'Amour is going to join us in, 10 or so minutes. We need a 30 for 30 on the now defunct Southeast Division of the NHL. So I'm just going to give you the last 9 seasons. Washington wins the Stanley Cup, 2018. 2019, the Hurricanes, out of nowhere, get to the Eastern Conference Final. By the way, that's the worst year of the 9, right there. Lost to Boston, right? 20, we end up in bubble hockey. Tampa wins the Cup. 21, Tampa wins the Cup. 22, Tampa loses to Colorado. 23, Florida loses to Vegas. 24, Florida wins the Cup. 25, Florida wins the Cup. 26, Carolina wins the Cup. What are you doing, Winnipeg?
Right?
Come on, it's time for you to pull some weight here. You've been a disappointment. You're embarrassing the family. So, if you're keeping score at home, last 9 seasons, 6 Stanley Cups, 2 runner-up, and 1 spot in hockey's Final Four. That's the Southeast Division that they mocked for years. So stick that in your original 6.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I know.
Performance. I was thinking about this during the whole run, and I'm thinking, I don't want to bring it up because I don't want to sound presumptive. But it was in the back of my mind the whole time, like, we need a 30 for 30 on the Southeast Division.
Yeah. Especially because the South doesn't know puck.
Right.
So
oh, no.
There's that, too.
Look, there's a lot of this. I've said this before about Florida, the state of Florida. It is South, no doubt about it. It is a southern state, but it isn't really.
Full of transplants.
It's mostly snowbirds, right?
Yeah.
They're like people who moved to Florida because they were old and their families, all their families are from New York or Boston or somewhere like that.
Yep.
And now they live in Florida. I get it. It's sort of not really a southern state. Okay. But also, Tampa had superstar level players.
Yeah.
And so did Florida, obviously. And the Canes didn't have that. We're going to talk about that as well. All right, a couple of other quick things away from hockey that I just want to mention at the top, and we'll filter them in throughout the show. Even though the Hurricanes have their parade Saturday, I believe the Knicks parade is tomorrow. 53 years since New York's last title. 53. That happened Saturday night as I was flying back to Vegas. Watching that was awesome.
Yeah.
On the plane, watching, I was completely locked into that. The Knicks got dominated for large chunks of every game and won 4 times in ending that series in 5. So the Knicks parade is tomorrow. For those people who are Knicks fans throughout, like diehard Knicks fans, our old friend Shannon, who I thought about the entire game 5, you deserve it, man. You deserve it because that team, that organization, that franchise has let you down for a long time. So I have no idea about the staying power. I don't care. I am happy for all of you diehards. I'm a Knicks fan, but I'm not a diehard, so I didn't really gain any emotional pleasure from it. It was nice to see. But I really thought about the people that I know that have been diehard Knicks fans for a long time. Congratulations. It's U.S. Open week.
I've heard.
The third major of the golf season. Why did they stick it so close to the Stanley Cup?
I know.
I can't even get fired up for it.
I know.
It's at one of the great venues that we have in the United States, Shinnecock in Long Island and Montauk Point. It's an incredible golf course. The views are awesome. It's almost as close as you're going to get to Open Championship style golf. The terrain isn't quite the same, so it won't act the same. It won't be brown, but a great venue, and I look forward to the whole thing. And one more quick thing, because we're in the middle of the first wave of group matches in the World Cup. I don't know that anything is going to come close to what we saw yesterday in terms of star power. Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland, Caniac, huge Caniac Erling Haaland, and Lionel Messi yesterday combined to score 7 goals in wins. Mbappe had 2. The third one was just stupid. The Haaland had 2. And Messi had a hat trick, his first ever hat trick in a World Cup match. And I think he tied the record for most career World Cup goals. Now, Mbappe will own that record. Maybe he'll get it in this tournament, but he will own that record down the road because Mbappe is only, I think, 2 goals behind. And he's only played in 2 World Cups, and this is Messi's 6th, 5th, something like that. I don't know. It's something silly. All right, Brind'Amour is going to join us on the other side. Cannot wait for this. Stay tuned. This is the Adam Gold Show.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
After 20 years, the wait is over.
5 seconds away. Played out. And the Carolina Hurricanes are the best team in the NHL. They won the 2026 Stanley Cup. It's yours, Carolina.
Such a great story with this team. I mean, you dig into it, it's amazing, and I'm just really proud.
Your official home for the Stanley Cup champion Carolina Hurricanes. 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle sports leader.
A bull riding contest. I'm signing up.
You've never ridden a bull.
No, but I won playing a new Bucks Loaded Edition scratch-off, and I'm on a roll.
But they're loaded with $50, $100, and $200 prizes.
Oh, I'm riding the Widowmaker.
Go for the win with new Bucks Loaded Edition scratch-offs and digital instants from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds to win range from 1 in 3.72 to 4.75. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Many men assume feeling fine means they're healthy, but serious conditions can develop without obvious symptoms. Studies show men have higher rates of hypertension, heart disease, and other preventable chronic illnesses that can quietly progress for years. Here's a Men's Health Month reminder from Kraft Body Scan. Objective information matters more than assumptions, and preventive screenings and proactive health monitoring provide clarity that symptoms alone often cannot. Learn more at craftbodyscan.com.
It's bow time. Ordering Bojangles Bow Bites is the easiest choice you'll make today. The bite-sized hand-breaded chicken is fried to crispy perfection, making it perfect for sharing, snacking, or when you're on the go. Just don't call it a nugget. The only hard part is choosing from our 6 dipping sauces. We've got a sauce for every kind of craving, from our creamy house-made ranch to our sweet and spicy peach honey pepper sauce. It all depends on what kind of mood you're in. Head to your nearest Bojangles today and discover the dippable, shareable, and craveable Bow Bites. It's bow time.
There's no time like bow time. Time to head on over to Bojangles to try Bojangles' new Bow Bites. Bite-sized, hand-breaded chicken fried to crispy perfection. On the go, they're perfect for snacking or sharing. Dipped in your favorite sauce like creamy house-made ranch or peach honey pepper, they're the perfect way to satisfy your craving for flavor and value. Try Bojangles' new Bow Bites. It's an easy choice to make when it's bow time.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. So good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Stop by Handy Hugo's for great deals on your favorite Pepsi products. Head to Handy Hugo's today.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
This is Adam Gold.
Well, if I'm watching the Panthers game and it's going real bad, many times it does.
I punish them by not watching
I'm
them.
a disappointed mother.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? So, yeah, I realize it's not going to change the game, but it makes me feel better. And,
There were other factors at play there, but for the most part, I punish them. I will not watch you.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Victoria on the ones and twos. Rod Brind'Amour, we're pushing him back a little bit. And we'll talk to Rod in about 5 minutes.
Just building the suspense.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned.
Yes.
I promise that we will get to Rod Brind'Amour. I know people are all hopped up on the disrespect, so I'm going to bring up just a couple of very quick things, and we'll dig into them starting at 1 o'clock, because this is one thing that I have done, maybe to my own detriment, especially on social media, is fighting all the stupid takes about the Canes. My new best friend, Johnny Lazarus, Daily Faceoff.
Yeah. Got to meet him in person right before he asked the stupidest question ever to Torts.
And it wasn't a stupid question. By the way,
at all.
Did you see that he asked Rod a question that Rod liked? Uh-huh. And he said, by the way, I loved that question.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That was the only time I have ever experienced Rod clearly not take a shot.
Right.
But like being aware of things that were said that he would not normally otherwise care about.
Yep.
But yeah, Johnny Lazarus really
That's
appreciated that. Anyway, I went on with them, and he said, he said to me, it was the day after the Cup, and he said, I know you like to poke fun at the lazy narratives. So, because that's the first time we had Johnny on, we were talking about lazy narratives about the Hurricanes. Anyway, I don't even remember what we were talking about now. Anyway, here's the idea that the Hurricanes were failures before. And we're going to dig into this more at 1 o'clock. Because failures is doing a lot of work here. And this is the thing that has bothered me about the way this team was talked about for the previous 7 seasons. Like, I don't know how you get to the conference final of a sport like the National Hockey League, lose in the conference final, and be considered a failure. I just don't. That fundamentally makes no sense to me unless you're of the mind that every year 31 teams fail. If you want to be that hard blanked about it, okay, I got nothing for you. But everything is relative. And disappointing ends to great seasons, to me, is not a failure. And the Hurricanes, for 7 seasons prior to this year, made the Final Four of the sport 3 times, and before this year had won 10 playoff series in 7 years. There are only one team, I think. Only Florida had more. Actually, I guess Tampa also. Tampa and Florida, the only 2 teams in the NHL that won more playoff series in those 7 years. That's it. We never refer to those other teams as failures. So that narrative, we put that to bed for now. It'll come back. All right, Rod Brind'Amour on the other side.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. It is the biggest stage in the world, the most popular sporting event on the planet. Billions of people, not hundreds of millions, billions of people. And FanDuel changing the game, because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them, but not with FanDuel. If your guy, let's just say he's a striker that plays in the Saudi Pro League, he gets subbed off and they bring on a winger who plays in the Premier League, you get that guy instead of the guy who went back home maybe to Saudi Arabia. I don't know. FanDuel.com/local. FanDuel.com/local. That's FanDuel.com/local. Come on. It's the biggest sporting event on earth. FanDuel. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
If you want the nation's best auto insurer, look no further than North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Rated #1 in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card 7 years in a row, we're the only insurer in the nation to receive an A+ rating from auto body shops. Our philosophy is simple: be fair, be quick, be the best. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Carolina Complete Health, from neighborhoods in Charlotte to families in Greensboro, Raleigh, and Durham, all the way to Asheville and Wilmington, and everything in between. We are here for communities across North Carolina, connecting you to the care and support you need. We are here to make healthcare easier to access and understand. We are here to bridge the gap, because your health matters. Your community matters. You matter. We are here for your health. Visit hereforyourhealthnc.com.
Are you ready to make a difference? Become Mental Health First Aid Certified with the Governor's Institute. This free one-day training will give you the skills to recognize, understand, and respond to mental health and substance use challenges. Whether you're a friend, coworker, or caregiver, you can be the support someone needs. The training is available in person or online and is open to everyone. No experience required. Take the first step today. Visit millvetacademy.org to learn more.
As the health director in Haywood County and a nurse here in North Carolina, I can tell you that the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline saves lives.
No matter your struggle, you are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is free, private, and always available.
988 Lifeline counselors are ready 24/7 to speak with you, help you cope, and get you connected to the support that is right for you.
988, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Call, text, or chat 988 24/7. Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
Electricity. It's what powers our lives, from the ordinary to the extraordinary. Across North Carolina, 26 electric cooperatives serve 2.8 million people, and we are committed to delivering reliable, affordable power. We're not for profit and are driven by service, providing the best possible value for our member owners. We're strengthening the people and communities that make our state great, today and for generations to come. Learn more at ncelectriccooperatives.com.
Did you know Medicare fraud is costing us $68 billion a year? The NC Department of Insurance Senior Medical Patrol Program's goal is to reduce Medicare fraud, waste, and abuse. If you suspect any billing or Medicare fraud issues, we're here to help. Contact SMP today at ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212.
Project supported by grants from the Administration for Community Living. Contents do not necessarily represent official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
School absences are often due to the absence of necessary resources. But when Communities in Schools is present, students are connected to the support they need to show up ready to learn. Visit communitiesinschools.org. Being present matters.
One Adam.
Gold.
One Adam.
Gold.
Turtle cake? Like, what do we... What?
Isn't that an ice cream?
What? Where's the confetti cake? Because, hello, confetti cake, delicious. With the little, I don't even know if it's real, but the little dots in the icing, like...
None of these are real.
What kind of fake thing that is, but it's delicious. It's my childhood. Like, that wasn't in the top 10. His opinion's invalid to me.
The Adam Gold Show.
Yeah, that's coming. It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. If I'm not mistaken, Rod Brind'Amour, one of the great defensive forwards of all time, never won a Selke Award. And I mean, for all I know, the Selke Award wasn't even given out. But didn't win a Selke until after captaining a Stanley Cup champion. Then he won the Selke the next 2 years. Jordan Stahl's never won a Selke. I don't even know that he's been a finalist for a Selke. But I am here to tell you this definitively. If you can find odds to win the Selke Award next year, place a futures bet on Jordan Stahl to win it. Because now, not only has the voters all seen the Hurricanes play 19 postseason games, that's all it took, folks. But they have seen them win a Stanley Cup, and they have seen him be named the Conn Smythe Award winner as the MVP of the playoffs. And he only had 12 points, so we know he didn't Mitch Marner this thing. So put it down. In ink, Jordan Stahl will win the Selke Award next year as the top defensive forward. A promise. A promise. the Stanley Cup winning head coach of your Carolina Hurricanes, Rod Brind'Amour. I haven't spoken to you in like 3 days. What's up?
Yeah, not much. Just going at it here.
I know.
Business as usual now.
I know. Well, no, it's not, because you're doing tons of interviews. I know you were just on ESPN Radio. I know you're going to be on McAfee later. I cannot even imagine the schedule that you've got over. It started the other day, so and you've been grinding. So I appreciate you carving out time. I saw you on the ice, and I could see the joy in your face. But let me just start here. I mean, tonight would have been Game 7.
Yeah.
Are you glad it's not a Game 7, or would you be all right with it?
No, are you kidding? No, I didn't need a couple more days of stress, and that would have been off the chart stress. So, no, thank you. I'll take it. I'll take it the way we got it.
I will too. My wife said the same thing to me. She said the Canes are going to win this in 6. She said it before the series started. And she says, I don't want the stress of a Game 7. I don't want anything, because anything can happen. Didn't want that. And again, I've spoken to you about it. Congratulations on all of it. When does training camp start, by the way?
Yeah, I don't know. and at this point, it's this. You don't want to say I don't care, but yeah, I don't care. I want to, I don't want to think about that right now.
All right, I saw you. You and I talk so often during the year, and half of those times are in person. And you don't lend yourself to emotion. You keep everything even keeled. But I saw you for the first time all year really smile, like that genuine, like I have no cares in the world smile after Nick Ehlers scored the empty net goal. You put your head in your hands, and I could tell, and I wasn't sure if I was right, and then you looked up, and I could see in your face, and you hugged Jeff Daniels. Can you take me inside that particular moment?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're up 2-0, and it's you just can't get ahead of it, right? You don't, you just like, and then even the empty netter goes in. I'm like, I look up, there's almost 59 seconds, and I'm just thinking, okay, we scored 3 in 30, whatever. So I'm like, I can't, let it happen yet, because I just, you just hold on, and the guys were going crazy on the bench, and I'm trying to kind of take it in, because I that's what life's about, is the memories, and I'm just trying to kind of process it all, and then, watch the clock finally kick down, and just pretty amazing feeling. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's just been a long journey with these guys, and I was just so grateful and happy for them, and, myself too, but it was for them, like, just see the joy, and, it's the guys deserved it, and that's really what it's all about.
Your hug with Aho on the bench, I don't know what it looked like. It meant a ton to Sebastian, because he didn't jump out onto the ice with everybody else. There's a lot of, I talked to him after every season, and each year it got harder, because I know how he burns to win. What did, without telling us what he said, what did that mean to you guys?
Well, it means a lot. There's a few guys, I love all these guys, but we got a history, right? Like, since the day one of him showing up here, I've been around, and so I've watched him, and tried to help him grow as a player, person, all that. And I've watched him just mature and into the player he is now, a person. It's special. So that's the unique, I guess, I don't know what the word is, but it's the unique thing that I have going for me here with the relationships, because we've got a lot of guys that we have this history with. And so I know you mentioned it every year that we didn't get to this point was it really hard on everyone, but he's been here as long as anyone, so he's had a lot of disappointments, and just we both have, we've been through it together. So
right.
That's really what it's about. I was just so happy for him, Jordo, all the guys, Slavo, Marty, but Sebastian, the guys that have been here, since day one of this, they, like I said, they all deserve it, but those guys especially.
Yeah, you mentioned 5 guys, and those are the five. Svechnikov, Martinook, Aho, Slavin, and Stahl. And we're going to go through at least a few of those. But you said earlier that you looked up at the clock, and I believe there was a minute 9 or minute 7 or whatever it was after Ehlers scored the empty net goal. But how hard was it to not allow the finish line to enter in to your thought process? Not that it's going to change the way you coach or anything like that. But it had to. The closer you get to it, it's just human nature that those thoughts start coming in. How did you block them out?
Well, they did. I mean, like I said, you try to go in 5-minute segments in the third period. I kept saying, can we just get down to 15 without any issues? Can we get to 10? And then we took a penalty, right? Everything was going smooth. And Robbie takes the penalty, and I'm just like, no, like that's the last thing. All you have to do is not do that, and it was accidental, and we understand it happens, and then I'm like, damn it, because then here comes, right? Then all of a sudden, then we're in 2 minutes of absolute chaos, stress, everything could happen, and we managed to get through that, and then it kind of, they did have one chance after that, but it was, we still had the 2-goal lead, so, it's an incredible run. I talked to Robbie about that after. It was hilarious. He said he almost puked in the penalty box watching that. And I'm telling you, that's the real feeling of these guys. Like they're like, oh my God, this can't, I can't be the one that did this. And so it's great. That's the way to sum it up.
The funny thing about that penalty was that Robinson was actually in the process of fighting through and getting past his guy to go after the puck. And so the stick, it was a totally accidental, high stick. And I thought when they blew the whistle, I thought, well, I thought it was a penalty on Vegas because Robinson had really fought through. And then obviously when I guess it was McNabb collected the puck, well, obviously it's not a penalty on Vegas, but either way, unbelievable stuff. And that was the sequence where, if I'm not mistaken, Brandon Bussey didn't have a stick for about 90 seconds.
Yeah.
And I don't know, did he scare Jack Eichel into hitting it off the crossbar?
No, it's just there's where the good bounces went our way. Yeah, and that's what happened there. I think we've been owed a lot of bounces over the years, and I think they all came through right there. That was it.
That one, Tomas Hertl late, just kind of with Bussey sitting on his pants, shooting it right into him. Rod Brind'Amour is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. Have you rewatched the game?
I actually did. The other night it was on when I just sat down on TV, and I forget it's on the NHL Network, I think. They replayed it, and I was like, there's nothing else on. And I just watched it, and it was great to watch it like a fan would watch it, Yeah. And especially when you know the outcome. Like that's where it's 10 times better. When you have a special game and you know what happens, it's like, sign me up.
All right. Well, because I also watched it, and I've watched, I think, every game from the conference final and the Stanley Cup final series. I've watched over again on NHL Network. Yeah. I thought that there were games where you guys didn't win that I thought you were much better. I thought you were much better in Game 4 than, as it turned out, to being 4-0 down. When I rewatched that game, I thought, well, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. We get scoreboard inebriated, I think. Speaking of which, did your celebrations in 2006 with your teammates, did they rival what we have seen this group? I still don't know what Logan Stankoven was wearing last night or tonight, whatever night it was. I have no idea what that was.
This group is they're making sure they do the best at everything. They're going, they're still going. I saw them this morning pull up at the rink and get on the bus, and they're going somewhere else now. Somewhere else in North Carolina. So, I mean, they're doing it right. I mean, this is exactly how you should do this.
No doubt about it. All right, I want to let you talk about Jordan Stahl here. And, I mean, for 8 years, you've been reminding everybody how good he is, even though he doesn't score. And I know that you won 2 Selke Awards after winning the Stanley Cup in 2006. I just made this prediction before you came on. Jordan's going to win the Selke next year, whether he deserves it or not. because he's deserved it probably 8 times before. And the fact that he wasn't a finalist this year is bananas to me. But he's going to win it next year. I'm just making that prediction. Boy, everything fell into place. He only had 12 points. I mean, it wasn't like he had 28 points like Mitch Marner did or whatever that number ended up being. But he was amazing for 2 months.
Yeah, well, all year, right? But yes, you're 100% right. And I feel like we're just spitting out the same things that we talk about every day. But the great part about it is the hockey world's got to see it. You and I know it.
Yes.
And I guess I see the game a little differently, but I'm a guy having to match lines and worry about the other team's best players and take the heat off some of our other guys and blah, blah, blah. And it's because of Jordo, you're able to do these things. And the face-off thing is amazing to me because and we talk about this a lot, right? But the fact that he can be that dominant, and no one still mentions the fact that he's taking all these face-offs on his weak side.
Yep.
Going against people's strong side. Like, it's such a big deal. And puck possession is everything in this game. And when you can dominate a face-off dot for the game, that's just, I don't know how many more possessions you're just getting your team. It's incredible. So he did that. He raised the level there. He was honestly, I just think he was like possessed.
Yep.
Like he went to another level, and right from the start of playoffs. I mean, that first shift in playoffs, he went outside his comfort zone, and it was like, I'm taking this team on my back, and this is what we're doing. And it was every shift, every game, and then it came to fruition in that finals where, he's scoring goals, so now everybody's talking about him, but it was the same every game.
68% in the face-off circle. Jacob Slavin had that one game at the beginning of the Montreal series where you said you'd never seen that in 8 years. The opposite of that was Game 6. You could see that from the very first time he stepped on the ice. There's nothing that was going to happen unless it was positive on when he was on the ice. Now, he might have turned the puck over that led to your first goal, but he erased that with great defensive play to kind of force the turnover back. But that was as good a game as I've seen Jacob Slavin play.
Oh, no doubt. And all the years we talk about that we've had him here, and he's never once come up after a game when he's played well, like great, and go, hey, I played good tonight. You know what I mean? He's not that kind of guy. But guess what? After that game, he came up to me and he said, I was good tonight. I loved it. I'm like, you're darn right you did. Like, but he was like, that was kind of his little joke. But I mean, so impressive.
He was everywhere. We need a stat in the NHL for passes blocked, for pucks knocked off sticks. I know you guys have them. But, my gosh, that number had to be in the 20s on Sunday night. 2 very quick things, and then I will let you go. People have asked me, they've been asking me this all year about it, honestly, about your longevity. I'm not going to ask you about yours because you're not going to tell me now anyway. But what about Jordan? What about Stahl? How much – because this was – I mean, obviously the goals were there. He's been great for a long time. But, I mean, he was just awesome all year long. How much longer can Jordan stay at this level?
Well, the interesting thing is I think he can do this for a long time. And I mean long, I don't know. We're not talking 10 years. But,
right.
I think, I don't see any reason not to unless he just mentally just couldn't answer it anymore,
right.
Because that is, honestly, at the end, it's not really the physical thing.
Right.
He keeps himself in great shape, and the type of game he plays, we're not asking him to get 100 points, And so it's a little. I think he could stay in there as long as he wants. It's just mentally, it's hard, and people don't quite get that. But
right.
To get up and do the preparation and do all the stuff you have to do to get yourself ready, that's the hard part, and that's he's gonna probably struggle with. But now that he's won. And he got that taste back, maybe that's actually a good thing, and it'll push him to be like, this is fun, and I want to do this for as long as I can. That's what I'm hoping. But we don't need to talk about that because he still has lots of time left.
Good. I'm glad. All right, now finally, because I know you're excited for it. You have a World Cup pick?
I watched. Listen, I watched the first game that I saw was Canada played.
Bosnia.
Wherever they played, they tied them 1-1.
Yeah,
and it was a good game. I like the way Canada plays soccer. I'll be honest.
All right,
they go after it. They actually press. Yep. They're trying to, they're running around. They're not just kicking the ball back to the goalie every 5 minutes. There's a method to it. I love that. But, I can't predict that because honestly, I don't like throw stuff out where I don't know what I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
So
all right.
I don't know what I'm talking about in the soccer.
All right. Well, we'll circle back. I'll give you as much time as you need, and then we'll start our every once in a while conversations about things not named hockey.
I'm going to predict the U.S. just so you know.
Because,
I know they looked unreal the first game.
They did. They
played another one? I don't even know.
No, Friday.
Okay.
Friday versus Australia. So I'll let you go here. I know you've got a busy day. I appreciate your time all year. I thank you so much for helping me every day. And I'll talk to you very soon.
You got it, buddy. Appreciate you.
You got it. That is a future Hall of Famer, Rod Brind'Amour. I am Adam Gold. We'll be right back.
His Zamboni is bigger than yours. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friend Gordon Miller. Miller Lending, Kildare Farm Road and Cary, home of the original no closing cost mortgage that will save you thousands and then potentially hundreds. I will explain. You've heard the phrase, timing is everything. Well, it really shouldn't be when it comes to your mortgage. You're going to buy a house when you need to buy a house, especially first-time home buyers. You got to get in the market. This is your source of eternal wealth. That's right. This is the American dream. So you get your mortgage. Go to Miller Lending, MillerLending.com. Everything you need is right there. They make it easy. The people are great, and you'll save thousands by not paying closing costs. And when you don't pay closing costs, you always have the freedom to refinance free of charge when the rates drop. And they will. If you pay closing costs, you are saying the rates are going to be no lower than they are today for another 8 years. That's the break-even point. Miller Lending. On Kildare Farm Road in Cary, Miller Lending is an equal housing lender, NMLS ID 2502146.
Congratulations to the 2026 Stanley Cup champion, Carolina Hurricanes.
Congratulations, Canes, from Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka, proud partner of the Stanley Cup champions.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade on the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. Right now, the United States is trading at about 1.5% to win the whole darn thing, which means opportunity. A $10 trade will pay out about $6,000 if they go on to win the world's soccer's biggest prize. On Kalshi, you're not just waiting for that last payout if it happens. You're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code TIMD, that's TIMD, no spaces, to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade on the beautiful game. 18 plus, restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and availability markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulators.
Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
June is Men's Health Month, and WakeMed encourages you to get a PSA blood test. Starting at age 45, men should be screened every 2 years. You may need to start earlier if you have a higher risk for prostate cancer or a family history of the disease. A simple blood test checks the level of PSA or prostate-specific antigen in your blood. If levels are elevated, your doctor may recommend additional screening. For more information, visit wakemed.org. That's wakemed.org.
Hey, what do you say? John Forsland here for my friends at Buffalo Brothers. My favorite place to go in the Triangle for the best wings on the planet. How about this special? Every Monday, half-priced wings all day. Dine-in only. Now that's a deal, baby. Everything on the menu is amazing. Pizza, apps, and always great drink specials. Visit any of their 5 Triangle locations and their pet-friendly patio, too. Online, buffbrothers.com. Aw, man, now I want wings.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Big truck accidents can cause life-changing injuries, and life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. I know big truck wrecks, and I know how to fight those big insurance companies. If you've been hurt by a big truck, contact us at ritchielaw.com. I'm on top of it.
Broadcasting live from the Eagle Leasing Storage Studio. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Canes light the lamp here.
This is something I've been going after ever since we got the first one. I mean, you want to win it again and again and again, and what a feeling, what a battle the boys were grinding today. My goodness, what so many individual efforts just to keep the puck out of our net, and it was an amazing ride, and I'm just so proud of these guys.
What did you learn over these 17 years?
Perseverance, trusting God, my family.
You're about to lift the Stanley Cup again. Who's the first teammate you're going to look to pass it to?
Oh, that's a good question. There's so many I could pass it on to. Obviously, I think Freddie's been around long enough, and he started this playoff run right, and it's too bad he had to get out of it, but I think he's going to be the first one to grab it.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria's on the ones and twos, and we are on YouTube. Go to YouTube, search Adam Gold Show or 99.9 The Fan. Either way, get to see us do the show. That was the Captain Jordan Stahl on the ice with Emily Kaplan of ESPN. Speaking of that, the series that nobody would care about, that nobody would watch.
Oh, you mean the boring one?
The boring series, yes. Nobody cares. Team from North Carolina versus a team from Nevada. I'm sorry, Nevada. They say Nevada. That's fine. My fault. And, let me just see. Oh, wait. Record viewing.
There's that.
It wasn't all time, but, this series rocked on TV. And here's what makes it even more interesting. First of all, Canadian television was not interested, apparently. Whatever. I get it. They're mad. Canadian TV is mad. Toronto stinks. Montreal, which would have been a great story for them, lost in the conference finals. And Edmonton didn't even make it out of the first round. I get it. Ottawa also didn't. How about the fact that if you were a DirecTV customer in California, I'm sorry, in California, in Nevada, you could not watch. Disney and DirecTV are having a dispute in Nevada. I don't know if it's global. Probably isn't global because we haven't heard about it here. But in Nevada, DirecTV and Disney were having a problem. It was not on. I went to a restaurant for dinner one night. It's actually at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And
yeah.
The bartender was like, yeah, we had a whole bunch of people in here trying to watch the game yesterday and nobody could watch it because we couldn't put it on.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
So in Nevada, you couldn't watch the game unless you got TV in a way that didn't involve DirecTV.
That's ridiculous.
And still, the ratings were through the roof. So that's awesome. By the way, the NBA ratings were tremendous.
Yeah. I mean, a 29-point comeback, too, is like...
Crazy. Well, that series was crazy.
Yeah.
And those Knicks players are going to be legends forever. Forever. All right. So even though the game 6 was Sunday and today is Wednesday, if you are a social media consumer, and because of what we do, we all are, right? Because what we do here, Victoria, I have to be a social media consumer, and it takes over your life. It sucks, but it
definitely does.
It's such an intrusion.
Like, I just posted the Rod Brind'Amour interview that people can go see on YouTube.
It wasn't bad.
No, it was
not bad.
Love it.
So, and by the way, one of the last questions I asked Rod was about longevity, because so many people have asked me, how long do you think Rod will continue to coach? And I have always said this. I tie Rod's head coaching tenure to Jordan Stahl. So without giving it away, because we will also rerun that interview toward the end of the show. If you wanted to go to the web and listen to that interview, his answer, if I'm right, and when am I not about the Hurricanes, if I'm right, I think you'll get a good answer, right? Because that's the way I've always looked at it. I believe that Rod Brind'Amour will be the head coach as long as he can write number 11 on his lineup card. Do we even have lineup cards? Every night, barring injury, of course. That's always been my feeling, that he and Jordan Stahl are connected. That's all. All right, now, for the last 3 days, all I have seen, gosh, that's a great graphic. All I have seen, by the way, if you're watching on YouTube,
it's
the Stanley Cup, and we got, it's awesome. All we have seen are videos of people talking about the series on my timeline. Now, obviously, it hasn't been as prominent on U.S. television, but in Canada, they are obsessing over this. And on Sportsnet in Canada, Nick Kypreos, and I don't even know who the co-host of the show is. The co-host of the show isn't even talking here, and they have a recurring guest, and I don't even know who the guest is, to be honest. But I believe he is, for the most part, he's a goalie expert who was not a fan, by the way, going into Game 6 of Brandon Bussi. Didn't do that. Blah, blah. I don't think he'll be very good in this game. Anyway, so now this goalie guy is back, and Nick Kypreos is the first. We have the whole thing, right? Nick Kypreos is the first voice you'll hear. And I want to talk about this. So I want to bring this. And then Chip Patterson's going to join us in a little bit. So at like 15 minutes from now, we're going to talk to Chip, and we'll talk Canes too. But here's a segment from this show talking about the Canes and their championship.
When you watch the path that Carolina took, and they played hard, no question. They played hard when they needed to play hard. But I can't recall. I want to be careful because I don't want to be disrespectful to Carolina, but I can't recall an easier path. And when I say that, it's the number of games and the resilience to need to go to places mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually earlier in the playoffs for them. And the biggest thing is, I don't think it'll ever happen again, is the same lineup you started in game 1 and round 1 is pretty much the same lineup that you had to close out the series. No injuries, everybody healthy with the exception of Freddie Anderson. And, in many ways, his injury helped Carolina, didn't hurt them.
Yeah, there's really two parts to that one. I think the first part, Kipper, I of course had my rooting interest with Vegas. That's where my rooting interest was because of style of play. Carolina had failed 4 times in the Eastern Conference Final, twice against the New York Rangers in the last 6 years. So I saw them really closely. The one issue I had with them was just style of play, as in shooting low danger shots, recovering pucks, and the amount of energy that requires, I don't see them going to this final if, imagine the Eastern Conference final had featured a Carolina-Florida series that went 7 and Florida takes a big bite out of them. Are they a different team against Vegas in the final? Certainly they are. And so I wonder if their style of play requires them to be able to get through rounds 1 and 2 without a loss, and then be able to only have 3 losses and win a Stanley Cup because they didn't go long in their early series against Ottawa, and Philadelphia was pretty much a tap in. I mean, I saw Philadelphia a lot this year. They didn't seem like a playoff team to me when I was covering them in March. Like, they came out of nowhere to make the playoffs late. So I wonder if what we're going to see in the future will reflect anything that I'm used to seeing in the past. What I'm used to seeing is really good NHL teams struggle on the defensive side of the puck, specifically protecting their goalies off the rush against, and then rectifying that, and then being really good the next year and winning a Stanley Cup. There's a really good list here that I have of teams doing that, where Tampa Bay, when they were one of the league's best teams in 2019, and they got swept by Columbus.
Let's slow that down because I want to spend about 5 minutes on this. Nick Kypreos. They played hard when they had to. What are we talking about? They had to play hard
every time.
Every game.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. They didn't always win. And by the way, they won most. 16-3. Ridiculous. 16-3. They play hard when they had to. They had an easier path based on number of games. Why is that?
They earned it.
Because they won them.
Yeah.
Should they have had to play more games to win the series? Should they have had to sweep in 5?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
What are we doing? Okay. There are other easier path lines of thinking, like, well, they got to play Ottawa and Philadelphia and Montreal. Like, wait a second. Vegas, who nobody said anything, got to play 92-point Utah.
Yes.
And needed 6 games. And 92-point Anaheim. Neither team would have made the playoffs in the East. Oh, by the way, neither would Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm not slamming Vegas.
No.
It's the dumbest, lamest excuse why Carolina was in the Stanley Cup final, because the path was easy. And meanwhile, I remember what people thought going into the Ottawa series.
Yeah.
As good as Carolina was, they were favored in the Ottawa series, but they were not big favorites.
No.
They were not heavy favorites in the Ottawa series. They were favored.
Right. And how many times did we hear, oh, this is it's like a Canes light team. This is going to struggle. Like, it could be close.
And analytically speaking, Ottawa was.
Right.
Ottawa was one of the best 5 teams in the NHL in the last month and a half of the season. So was Carolina, by the way. And there were a lot of people who doubted that they'd be able to get through that. But here's the thing that really blew me away about the second guy, the style of play guy. You haven't watched a lot of Carolina this year, sir.
Nope.
Because they're not about, do they have an element of throw pucks on net and go get it? Yeah, it's part of what they do. But they have evolved so much as a team. They were the number 1 team scoring off the rush this year. Number 1. Yes, by the way, they do allow a lot of breakaways. If you're new here, that's the drawback to the style of defense they play, is that they do allow some grade A opportunities.
But you know what didn't defeat them? Those.
Brandon Bussey handled them all.
Yeah.
All of them. And really, the one thing that Nick Kypreos said that was true really was the fact that Carolina might have benefited from the goalie switch. And I'm not arguing that. I think they did. But there was a reason why we thought going into the playoffs they'd use both goalies. because we thought Bussy was also playing well. Anyway, the final thing, and this was because I quote tweeted that video clip, and I said, here's the thing that gets me. This guy's supposed to, be following this closely. 4 out of the last 6 years in the Eastern Conference Final? What are you talking about?
Right.
2 out of the last 3, and neither time in the conference final did they play the Rangers. They played the Rangers 3 times in the Rod Brind'Amour era in the playoffs. 1 in bubble hockey and 3, that was the qualifying round. Lost in the second round both times. Game 7 at home in 22. Game 6 at home, we remember that, in 24. Never played the Rangers in the conference final. So, and once again, we get the failure. That's, again, we got to be better.
Nauseating.
And the thing about it is that they are struggling. It's very difficult for them to acknowledge this very simple fact. Gary Bettman said it when he presented the Stanley Cup to Jordan Staal. No team in the NHL has had more regular season and playoff wins combined over the last 8 years. Nobody than the Hurricanes. That's how good they've been. They have been incredibly good. Don't call me. It might have been the dude from Canada.
Yeah.
This team has been really good for 8 years. They've built to this. It is a testament to how well they stuck to the plan, how well they built the roster, actually rebuilt the roster.
Yeah.
Think about only 5 players remain from the first year of this, right?
I can't stand it.
So cool.
Because, if they had to go to Game 7 every single series, then people would be saying, oh, well, they struggled each series. They really didn't deserve it then. But it's like, okay, they do the opposite. They had an easy path.
New rule. If you win the series in 4, you have to play another game.
Right. Right. Yeah.
New rule. This will make everybody else happy.
Right. Cherry on top.
Jeez. All right, Chip Patterson's going to join us on the other side. I know he's a Canes fan, so we'll probably talk about it a little bit. But also, Texas Tech's they're looking for a quarterback now. Their quarterback backed out. We'll talk about it next.
Delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
Shoot, he scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Golf's third major will be found on 99.9 The Fan. Listen all week long as we cover the U.S. Open from Shinnecock Hills. Find out if J.J. Spawn can recreate last year's magic or if a new champion emerges. Depend on us for constant leaderboard updates and every big moment through the presentation of the Champions Trophy. Coverage of the U.S. Open on 99.9 The Fan is teed up by Wilson Country Club, the premier private club of Eastern North Carolina.
It's Men's Health Month, and here's a health tip from WakeMed Heart and Vascular. Each year, smoking causes more than 480,000 deaths in the United States. That's nearly 1 in 5 deaths. Those aren't odds you want to play with. Don't put off kicking the habit. In just 1 year after quitting, a person's risk for coronary heart disease decreases by half. Learn more about how you can quit and get started today, plus other ways to care for your heart at wakemed.org.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
Dang, I forgot the wakeboard. How am I supposed to enjoy myself without my favorite water activity? I mean, sure, we could still go tubing, fishing, or even just relax on a floaty, but without the wakeboard, what's the point?
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive. So you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
It's bow time. Ordering Bojangles Bow Bites is the easiest choice you'll make today. The bite-sized hand-breaded chicken is fried to crispy perfection, making it perfect for sharing, snacking, or when you're on the go. Just don't call it a nugget. The only hard part is choosing from our 6 dipping sauces. We've got a sauce for every kind of craving, from our creamy house-made ranch to our sweet and spicy peach honey pepper sauce. It all depends on what kind of mood you're in. Head to your nearest Bojangles today and discover the dippable, shareable, and craveable Bow Bites. It's bow time.
There's no time like bow time. Time to head on over to Bojangles to try Bojangles' new Bow Bites. Bite-sized, hand-breaded chicken fried to crispy perfection. On the go, they're perfect for snacking or sharing. Dipped in your favorite sauce like creamy house-made ranch or peach honey pepper, they're the perfect way to satisfy your craving for flavor and value. Try Bojangles' new Bow Bites. It's an easy choice to make when it's bow time.
Hi friends, this is Mark Pons from Chapel Hill Tire. There's nothing quite like a North Carolina summer, unless of course your air conditioning decides to stop working. If your AC isn't blowing cold, is making strange noises, or just isn't keeping up with the heat, now's the time to have it checked. This month, take advantage of our summer AC special, save $40, and let our ASC certified technicians make sure you're ready for the hottest days of the year. Schedule your appointment today at chapelhilltire.com and drive happy.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Adam Gold.
Steve Bettman take all that time to walk out, then to see the pick, bro hug no less than 20 guys on his way up there. And then this draft house, they just moved this wall like the Price is Right. I don't know.
It's a showcase showdown back there.
I know.
That would be great. So we should spin a wheel,
yeah,
right? Exactly.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Still dealing with the dry to not dry weather conditions.
It's an adjustment.
Holy mackerel. So I'm sensing a theme of today's
I've been.
bumps.
It's every day has been kind of like a victory, winning.
We're still celebrating.
Champion, yeah.
We're not going to stop celebrating until the Hurricanes stop celebrating, exactly. And there's no sign that is slowing down.
Right.
No sign at all. But and again, the parade is an actual parade on Saturday. I believe it starts at 11 o'clock, and I know we're going to be broadcasting live, I think, starting at 10. I hope I haven't given something away I shouldn't have. But,
no, I think that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk to Chip Patterson, CBSSports.com, Cover 3 podcast moderator. He joins us on the Adam Gold Show. Do you still feel like you're in a celebratory mood?
Oh, absolutely. Yesterday, I spent way too much time ranking the Rod era playoff runs. Not ranking the teams, but ranking the runs as I experienced them.
Did you do this for CBS Sports?
No. This was literally just for Dr. Dean and Brinson and JP and just sort of like my own sort of circle of Carolina Hurricanes. I mean,
why wasn't I involved in this?
This is an intimate thing. Okay, are you ready? And I'll give you the same explanations that I sent.
I needed to be involved in this.
Number 8, 2020, dumbest pandemic of our lifetimes, won a bubble air quotes series, but lost in the big bracket again to Boston.
Yeah.
Loved the regular season before the shutdown. I will always remember being in the building for the season opener against Montreal. That was a shootout win that had followed the fever dream, which we'll get to obviously later on. So 2020, number 8. Number 7, 2021, and I wrote, getting goalied by Vasilevsky sucked.
Yeah.
Okay, you want me to keep going?
The series before was very good, but it was harder than it should have been with Nashville. I think the last 4 games all went to overtime, including 2 double overtime games in Nashville in games 3 and 4.
All right, number 6, 2023. The highs of motoring through the Islanders and Devils were obliterated by the devastation of the 2 home losses to Florida in the Eastern Conference Final. Number 5, 2024. The 2 elimination game wins against the Rangers made it fun at the end.
Right.
You kind of felt like you were playing with house money. Rangers had been the better team all season long. And that was so much of a advance it to the off-season year because you knew the roster was about to explode.
Right.
And then get all switched around. So it was like, all right, well, they weren't the better team, whatever. Okay, number 4, 2022. I had forgotten Freddie was an all-star that season. Gets hurt right before the playoffs.
Didn't play a playoff game.
You win all the home games, that until the
Right.
game 7 of the elimination game against the Rangers. Just kind of a wild back and forth swings. So the fact that you won 7 playoff games against the Bruins and the Rangers with Cucci and Ranta is pretty impressive. So
Yeah.
I actually think about 2022 positively. Number 3, 2025. Main highlight, working the Caps in round 2 was so satisfying. They outscored them 15-7. You'd been enduring the Ovechkin celebrations all season long. And by the time you got to the Eastern Conference Finals, once you lost Sean Walker, once you lost Chatfield against a fully activated Florida squad, it was okay to stomach. Number 2, 2019, fever dream to end the 10-year playoff drought. Brock McGinn, Greg McKegg, Curtis McElhaney, flipping the Washington series, winning in double overtime on their ice in Game 7. And then, of course, number 1, clearly 2026.
All right. I agree with your list, except I'm going to take one of those years and slot it in a different spot and slide everything down. 2022, in terms of playoff runs, I would put that 6th and put 23, 24, just drop them down.
Just drop. So you'd keep 24 ahead of 2023.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rangers were the better team, had been all season long.
Yeah, they had a great year. I think the series was somewhat disappointing from a Carolina perspective because they really got power played by the Rangers more than anything, and they got power played early in that series. I mean, the Rangers were that was a Rangers team that probably disappointed after Carolina. Like they should have been better, but Florida had already become that elite team.
Our Connecticut studio has a lot of Rangers fans,
and
it tickles them deeply when I get up there because I actually can talk hockey. They think it's hilarious that this little boy from Raleigh who covers college football can come up there and chop it up with them. But yeah, their disappointment after seeing what Kreider had done in that series, then the fact that they didn't finish the job with the cup, that was a missed opportunity.
Or at least, really put a scare into Florida. I don't recall that much, and I don't believe they did. But the reason I didn't, the 22 was so disappointing was because for me, the disappointment actually began in the first round with Boston. I've used this as an example of where series can turn. And in game 3, after Carolina mowed Boston down in games 1 and 2, won so convincingly in those 2 games. Ranta was playing great. Everything looked awesome. The Bruins reporters were like, man, this series is going to end quickly. Charlie Coyle scores a shorthanded goal in the second period. Carolina had, I believe, a 1-0 lead, or maybe it was 2-1 lead. Coyle scores shorthanded, ties the game, and all of a sudden the series flipped. Carolina lost games 3 and 4 in Boston, couldn't win game 6 in Boston. They were so much better than the Bruins that year. 2012 was actually, in terms of the regular season, I think the best of the Hurricanes' run. Right? If we go back and look.
But that's what I'm saying. It was Freddie was an all-star. It was Freddie's all-star season, but on April 7th or something.
At Colorado.
He gets hurt in that loss at Colorado, and then we don't get to see him again. So I guess,
but Carolina played so well even without him, and Ranta was not the problem, but Carolina as a team didn't play all that well for the rest of that series against Boston. They won both games at home against the Rangers, but could not win on the road, and then ultimately they got power played in Game 7. So that playoff run for me, because that was your ranking, right? It was playoff runs. So that would be Yeah, 20.
You would downgrade that, but keep everything else like 22 ahead of 24.
You know what? Here's what's interesting. I actually might put 22 8th.
Whoa. Last behind the bubble?
Because here's why. The Hurricanes in the bubble, they had not beaten the Rangers all year. Right? And it was the smart money was telling everybody that the Hurricanes were going to lose to the Rangers in bubble hockey. I did not believe it. They swept the Rangers, and it gave us, when we are making the Sebastian Aho mixtape, the only thing that might be ahead of the goal he scored in Game 5 here, where
off
he
the
goes
stick. I mean, off the skate,
stick,
skate to stick,
roof.
Goal. Yeah.
Incredible goal. The only thing that might be ahead of that is what he did to my dear friend Tony DeAngelo, where DeAngelo's on the Sebastian Aho poster forever. How he undressed DeAngelo in I think it was the third game of that series. So that series win for me was so good that I think I would rank it even though they actually didn't win a playoff series. They won a qualifying round. It was the only year technically they didn't win a playoff series. I would say that year might still rank ahead of 22. But that's the only other real alteration.
Hey, the only one that matters right now is number 1.
That is right.
Yeah, we still got a couple more days where all that matters is number 1.
So,
that 2026 team.
I'm sure the Stanley Cup has already gone down your street because they have been all over the place. These guys are celebrating. I still want to. At some point, I'm going to ask Logan Stankoven. All right, what the heck were you wearing the other night? What was that?
The red, almost like a reverend or like a.
I don't know what it was. I thought it was a onesie. Was it a poncho? What was that? And where can I get one? Is it a rain thing? I don't know.
I think my favorite has been that the photo I saw from the lunch at North Hills yesterday included cigars and Peronis, and like that is the lunch of kings, and they deserve that.
Oh,
that's they deserve every bit of the royal treatment that they have gotten and are going to get. That's when Rod talks about it changes your life. Like that's what he's talking about.
Yep.
And somebody even mentioned this about the run along the way, differences, comparisons to 2006. This is social media has done a lot to undo our society, in my opinion. But I do think there's something to be said for the way the city was able to see the excitement build on social media and interact with it all together. And everyone shares their photos of watch parties and everyone shares, their own celebrations. And that makes you as a fan excited.
Yep.
And that's one where, I'm very, very happy for the guys and the week that continues to be just one they'll remember or not remember forever.
As if it wasn't for Twitter and TikTok, I would not have been able to see what Lenovo Center looked like for the 3 road games in this series. I mean, it was just there. I think there might have been more people at Lenovo than there were at Game 6. And
how about there being enough fans there? But like I heard on the broadcast a pop on the Jackson Blake goal late second period to make it 2-0.
There was a pop on the Hall goal. I mean, it's like, wait a second, who's the home team? Who's the home team? And when Brandon Bussey made a great save, and there was a noticeable Bussey chant at T-Mobile Arena. It was amazing. So much red and black throughout Vegas, walking through the casinos, on the strip. So many Hurricanes fans.
Well, it was like Rod said. I mean, he said because as we project this thing forward, things that Rod Brind'Amour has said that like now it's sort of we just got to hold. He is always pointing to how many times have we gotten a fair crack at this thing,
right?
Like they got injury luck. Like let's call it what it is. This is the healthiest that team has been under Rod Brind'Amour to motor through a series. And look what happened. They hoisted the cup. And then the second piece of this is he said, like, we were a team that was not going to be denied, and you could just see it. And I think that's why the Hurricanes fans did make the investment to go to Game 6, is because they said, like, I don't know. I can't tell you why. And especially us dummy Hurricane fans, like, hey, I don't know, man. I just smell it, okay? I just smell that they're going to win, And It's true. It's just like that team was not going to lose. Like, one of these teams just pulled their coach off the bench, just pulled their goalie out of suspension. Like, they didn't have the experiences, the scar tissue, like the bond that was going to need to be pulled. Both teams dealt their hand, 1-1 home, 1-1 away. It was like total stalemate. And it just came down to classic knuckle-draggy sports stuff. Who's got the guts of a warrior? And in that case, there's just no question. Of course it was going to be the Hurricanes.
Yep. Canes were I think the Canes were the better team from the first overtime of Game 3, even though they lost the game in the second overtime. I think they were, apart from maybe a period, the better team for the rest of the series.
Vegas let go of the rope. The Hurricanes have been talking about the rope all daggum year.
All year. All right, let me ask you about Brendan Sorsby while we have a few minutes left. I'm not surprised. Chip Patterson is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show, as we do every Wednesday. I'm not surprised that this ended. But Texas Tech appeared very, very dug in. So explain how we got to where we are right now. Is this Sorsby doing it to himself, or is this somebody getting in his ear saying we really can't do this, but the only way we can do it now is if you do it? And, of course, Cody Campbell said we're going to pay him his $4 million anyway. How did we get to here?
Great question. So David McKenzie, who's joined you before.
Yes,
right?
very much.
Yes,
he's great.
He was on this and had a pretty good explainer prior to the announcement of Brendan Sorsby entering the supplemental draft.
Right.
But the way that I understand it is that the letter from the Texas Attorney General sent to the Big 12 actually undid Texas Tech's position as a university and an institution.
Yep.
Because it allowed the Big 12 to then have their filing in federal court that could really mess things up for Texas Tech. And they very quickly went from, we are doing everything in our power to Brendan. This could end up being a problem, buddy.
Yeah.
Because to threaten a lawsuit against the Big 12 over the Big 12's ability to enforce their own rules, the Big 12 can enforce their whole rules. That's the whole idea of a membership.
Right.
That's
it's a private.
Voted on the rules.
Right.
It's a private. Yeah. First of all,
that was Ken Paxton, right? The Attorney General.
Incredible poetry that the legal offensive, incredible poetry that Texas Tech, and just close your eyes and think about Texas Tech football. The same program where Patrick Mahomes threw for 700 yards in a loss, right? This is like, how many times have you looked at the scoreboard and Texas Tech is in a 63-58 shootout? How incredible is it that same university is tied to a story where a legal offensive ended up being the undoing of it?
Yep.
So, yeah, this is like Texas Tech playing Oklahoma football. They had way too much offense. They didn't think about the defense, and they made a crucial mistake. For Brendan Sorsby, though, there was a lot of just sort of speaking out loud about the idea of like, what does Brendan Sorsby think in all of this? Because Brendan Sorsby could have entered the supplemental draft right away.
Sure.
And Texas Tech was making an argument that the best treatment for Brendan Sorsby was to be back on the football, be back with his Texas Tech brothers and things like that. I don't know. That's the one part of this that I don't think we'll hear anytime soon, but I am the most interested in as we reach this point is Brendan Sorsby, his family, his camp, and where they saw this going and how hard they were willing to fight this. But for those who weren't aware, basically, in addition to a financial sanction, the Big 12 could have gotten it ruled in federal court that they could declare Texas Tech ineligible for the Big 12 championship.
Correct. And they might have tried that.
And they might have tried that.
Yeah.
Like, that was the next step here, was declaring Texas Tech ineligible for the Big 12 championship if they played Brendan Sorsby, a player who was found to have bet on his own team. So it was like, that was their hard line in the sand. We are not going to allow that to be eligibility for the Big 12 Conference Championship. And because the Big 12 controls the Big 12 Conference Championship by their own rules that their members voted on, that was the hammer that they had. And I think that's when Brendan Sorsby took a look around and said, well, if you really are going to support your brothers, that's when we need to maybe put an end to all this legal fighting.
So what is the relationship between Texas Tech and the Big 12? Because it's pretty clear that the rest of the membership was very much against this outlaw program and what they were going to do had Ken Paxton not gotten in the way.
I think what's as interesting is Texas Tech's relationship with the traditional powers of college sports, because one of the sort of notions that was floated was if Texas Tech was trying to buy its way into the country club, well, then they just got overserved and kicked over a table in the lobby. Like they had an opportunity in an era of college sports where whoever's got the biggest bank can go and buy themselves a team and buy themselves a championship. If there is any kind of super league, this will be remembered. And this will be remembered. I mean, the who was outspoken against them from the start? Georgia, Nebraska. The kind of logos that'll have the first invites to the Super League. The Big 12 relationship, always a little bit fraught. Sure. I mean, it is by nature a transient group of uncommitted schools. We don't need to look in the mirror to start to see it also happening around us. But,
no question. No question.
So I don't think that their relationship to each other is ever hunky-dory, but I mean, it's like they're all on the same subway car. They're doing enough to tolerate each other.
Just kind of read between the lines. Florida State doesn't have the reputation of being a rogue program, just kind of loud and annoying. A little bit different. And just to put it in other terms, you're talking about getting into the club. No matter how much money you have, doesn't mean that you're going to get a membership invite to Augusta National. And we know people who would be billionaires that have no chance to ever get into Augusta National. And I will just leave it at that. Chip Patterson, I hope you celebrate. Are you going to spend any time at all parading on Saturday?
Parading. TB, listen. We are working a lot of angles right now.
Sure.
We've got some Father's Day weekend golf angles.
Oh wait, that's right. It's Father's Day this weekend. My gosh, I totally forgot we have the U.S. Open. Who do you like?
Matt Fitzpatrick.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he likes hard golf. And do you know what else I think that was really making me smile?
Sure.
The natives on Long Island will be giving him those USA chants, just like he was getting at Harbortown. And remember, he was giving him some of the I can't hear you.
Right.
Yeah. Give me a little villain, Matt Fitzpatrick. His game's in a good spot right now. I could see him being able to get it done.
What about Alex Fitzpatrick?
I mean, good enough to make the cut. Go Deeks. But that's.
I literally have not spent 2 seconds thinking about the U.S. Open, which starts tomorrow. I'll just take Rory McIlroy.
Shinnecock of all places.
This is what happens when you win a Stanley Cup.
All right, have you? This is the. Have you seen the wind report?
It's apparently supposed to be very windy, and I know that they're concerned about green speeds as a result of it.
Wyndham Clark.
Oh, nice.
Vibes pick.
Really?
Why not? He's playing good golf right now.
I'm not here for that. I'll go Rory again just for giggles. I'm just gonna pick him for every major.
And then popular national commentators get to freak out when they find out that he got practice rounds in. So this was the other thing. I do think Rory sneaky has Shinnecock blueprint, because when he was in his press conference, he very casually and quickly said, "Oh yeah, well the members will tell you they water at 2:00 every day. That's just what they do." Like it was really close to Rory being like, yeah, of course. And Freddie comes out on 11 to spray down that green. And then, Clint goes and tackles everything over on 8. Like, I think Rory might sneaky have some institutional knowledge here because I think that Rory's at the point in his career where he wants to win at iconic places.
Yeah.
He got emotional winning at Pebble Beach, not because he'd won the AT&T Pro-Am, but because it was Pebble Beach.
Right.
Like I think Shinnecock is one of the ones. This might be his last crack to win US Open at Shinnecock. Probably be 9 years or so.
Yes.
Till it cycles back.
Yep.
So yeah, I could absolutely see him. That could have a negative impact, and he might not play well enough to win. But
he's not really playing well enough. I mean, he's not driving it well enough. So
I think it's got his full attention.
I hope so. Thank you, man. I'll talk to you later.
Sounds good. Y'all be well.
Chip Patterson here on the Adam Gold Show. All right. When we come back, we'll stretch. We will place bets next hour. Elliott Avent. I looked at his. I don't know why I looked at his Wikipedia page. I just typed Elliott Avent in, and his Wikipedia page came up, and it said, and I got mad. Former baseball coach at NC State. It made me angry.
Yeah, I know. It
So,
doesn't look right.
Elliott Avent coming up next hour, but we will place bets next.
Still arguing whether hockey or golf has the tougher dress code? The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
If you are on Medicare, scammers may target you to steal your identity. Remember, Medicare will never call you asking for personal details. The NC Department of Insurance Senior Medicare Patrol program is here to protect you from fraud and provides you with knowledge to stay safe. Contact SMP today at ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212.
Project supported by grants from the Administration for Community Living. Contents do not necessarily represent official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
Your child's doctor shares your goals. A healthy future for your child. Doctors recommend vaccines throughout childhood because they protect what matters most. Your child's future from preventable disease and serious illness. Discuss any questions you have and check that your child is up to date and talk about any concerns. You're right to have questions. Get real answers. Start a conversation with your doctor today. Visit vaccinesforkids.nc.gov. Paid for by NCDHHS.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, may I ask a few questions? Yeah, of course. Do you have any pets? Yes, we have a dog. Great. Do you have a pool outside? Nope, just a big old backyard. Nice. Another question. Are there any unlocked guns in the home? Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access. Awesome. Yeah. Now, let's just talk about what we can bring for dessert.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
If you want the nation's best auto insurer, look no further than North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Rated #1 in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card 7 years in a row, we're the only insurer in the nation to receive an A+ rating from auto body shops. Our philosophy is simple. Be fair, be quick, be the best. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Electricity. It's what powers our lives, from the ordinary to the extraordinary. Across North Carolina, 26 electric cooperatives serve 2.8 million people, and we are committed to delivering reliable, affordable power. We're not for profit and are driven by service, providing the best possible value for our member owners. We're strengthening the people and communities that make our state great, today and for generations to come. Learn more at ncelectriccooperatives.com.
Carolina Complete Health. From neighborhoods in Charlotte to families in Greensboro, Raleigh, and Durham, all the way to Asheville and Wilmington, and everything in between. We are here for communities across North Carolina, connecting you to the care and support you need. We are here to make healthcare easier to access and understand. We are here to bridge the gap, because your health matters. Your community matters. You matter. We are here for your health. Visit hereforyourhealthnc.com.
Are you ready to make a difference? Become Mental Health First Aid Certified with the Governor's Institute. This free one-day training will give you the skills to recognize, understand, and respond to mental health and substance use challenges. Whether you're a friend, coworker, or caregiver, you can be the support someone needs. The training is available in person or online and is open to everyone. No experience required. Take the first step today. Visit milvetacademy.org to learn more.
This is Adam Gold.
The American Cornhole League. I don't know if you can wager on it. Let me go to FanDuel and find out if you can wager on it.
I think I read you can get a scholarship. Kids in high school can actually get scholarships for cornholing. Who knows? I don't know what the technical term
I'm just not going to say anything.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. Still basking in the glow. Elliott Avent next hour. All right. It's time to stretch.
Okay, so I know sometimes I like to bring up what new trends are.
Yes.
And since it's summertime, I don't know when those seasons happened because we've been deep in hockey, so time is a blur. But the latest summer trend, which I feel like this has been in the works for a minute, are people going pickle crazy.
Like pickles?
Yes.
I love pickles.
Like instead of pumpkin spice, it's the equivalent. Pickles are the equivalent to pumpkin spice in fall, but for summer.
Like for...
Like the craze, the trend. Like they are making pickle-flavored everything.
Do we have pickle-flavored, like, coffee or lattes?
I hope not. Oh, I hope not. But
because
no.
honestly, pumpkin spice lattes are, for me, I'm not saying anybody else,
Sure.
awful. But
Yeah.
so would pickle spice
Right.
lattes be.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm a PSL lover, but it is a little crazy. They did get a little crazy with pumpkin spice toilet paper. What are we doing? If that was a thing, was a real thing. I don't know why.
Well,
but yeah.
I'm thinking about it and going, yeah, okay, I can see it. That's it.
Yep. But no, some new pickle flavored things that you might see this summer include pickle flavored popcorn, which
okay.
I would try it.
Like pickle flavored potato chips.
Right.
Quite good.
I've had those, so it's kind of the same concept, which I feel like a lot of this helps the pickle craze because you can actually get like dill pickle seasoning and just sprinkle it on everything, whatever you want. But pickle flavored pretzels, pickle flavored hummus.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. Now this one, I've had a lot of different like protein bar flavors.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
They're apparently making pickle flavored protein bars. Disgusting. And then frozen pizza, which I have seen these before. I've not tried it, but I have seen pickles be an option for toppings on pizza. I have not done that, but I know some people are fans of it. So
okay.
If you've tried it, and our YouTube stream is great for this stuff. Oh, wow. Okay, so one of our watchers on here, Cameron Crazy, said PBR makes a pickle-flavored beer.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Much better than pumpkin spice beer.
Yeah. Although I do like pumpkin beer, but still.
It's unfortunate.
But, yeah. So Smoothie King, it's a terrible idea, is trying to team up with a pickle company also to make a pickle smoothie. I just there are certain things that we just should not be doing, and I feel like pickles and anything sweet should just be like a hard no. Like, no,
right.
We're not doing pickle ice cream. I know that's probably a thing.
That's Oscar the Grouch. That was the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Oscar the Grouch is all about pickles and ice cream.
Yeah, he may have also been pregnant because apparently that's a craving to have.
I get it.
So yeah, I don't know. But if you
Look,
see,
when you live in a garbage can.
True, you take what you can get. So, yeah, if you see a bunch of crazy pickle flavored stuff at the grocery store, that's why. So there you go.
Gotcha.
You know what you won't see at a grocery store though is our amazing bets.
Place your bets. Place your bets. Here. I bet you slice into the woods $100.
Gambling is illegal in Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
Okay, you can owe me. I owe you nothing.
So, first of all, how the heck are Portugal and the Congo 1-1 at halftime? Come on, Portugal. Snap to it.
Yeah.
All right, you go first.
Interesting, yeah. I think I'm going to have to check and see about my other bet. But today, let's do a little baseball. We've got the Rays taking on the Dodgers. I'm sure the Dodgers will likely win this one. Let me take the Dodgers, and I'll go the over 7.5 plus 235.
All right. We are going to start with there's a whole bunch of World Cup today. We're just going to do all World Cup. I'm going to give you everything for England because we're not going to have a ton of time. England to win. They play Croatia. That should be a great match. England to win. Both teams to score plus 254.
Okay.
All right, that's how we add a little value to England.
Yeah. Well, I hope my Cubs added some value to something because the first game against the Rockies, I picked that they would win. They did. Picked they would win yesterday. They did not. So let's be the tiebreaker today. I'm picking the Cubs to win, and I'm going under 10 is plus 175.
All right, and before I give you my other wagers, Jude Bellingham, anytime goal scorer, plus 360, and Luka Modric, plus 750 as an anytime goal scorer. Let's see, we'll go do a parlay. Ghana, Panama draw, Colombia to beat Uzbekistan, and that draw would be plus 320. That parlay would be plus 320.
Questioning goalie interference calls since day one. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Biggest stage of the world. Americans off to a very good start, except for that injury. But let's just say that you like that guy from AC Milan to score an anytime goal. But he doesn't in the first half, and he's still feeling that little tweak in his calf. So they sub him out. In comes the guy from Mönchengladbach in Germany, and he scores. Well, because that guy came on for your guy, you still win. It is called FanDuel's Super Sub, and you can still win at FanDuel. That's why they're America's #1 sportsbook. Even if there's no injury to the guy from AC Milan, he might not play the full 90. And wait, what happens when we get to the knockout round? And there's extra time, which is an extra. FanDuel.com/local. Get started now. FanDuel.com/local. Biggest stage in the world. Get in on it. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
After 20 years, the wait is over.
5 seconds away. Played out. And the Carolina Hurricanes are the best team in the NHL. They won the 2026 Stanley Cup. It's yours, Carolina.
Such a great story with this team. I mean, you dig into it, it's amazing, and I'm just really proud.
Your official home for the Stanley Cup champion Carolina Hurricanes. 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports leader.
Congratulations to the 2026 Stanley Cup champion, Carolina Hurricanes.
Congratulations to the Canes from Parkway Sleep Health Centers in Cary. Sound sleep, sound health.
Hey, what do you say? John Forsland here for my friends at Buffalo Brothers. My favorite place to go in the Triangle for the best wings on the planet. How about this special? Every Monday, half-priced wings all day. Dine-in only. Now that's a deal, baby. Everything on the menu is amazing. Pizza, apps, and always great drink specials. Visit any of their 5 Triangle locations and their pet-friendly patio, too. Online, buffbrothers.com. Aw, man, now I want wings.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%, and most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, it's Dennis Cox for Loan Pronto. But here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit cards, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. And here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone with zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at near 3-year lows. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 919-381-1760 or visit loanpronto.com. 919-381-1760, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 166171, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Yeah, can you pass me a Baja?
A what?
Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Try it. It's tropical at first, then the lime flavor hits.
Oh, okay. That's crisp. Tastes like vacation.
Right?
Mm-hmm. And it's mine now.
Have a Baja Blast.
Right now at Handy Hugo's, buy a 20-ounce Mountain Dew and get another for just $1. Do the Dew at Handy Hugo's today.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Workers' comp can be tricky, but my law firm will be on top of all the complicated paperwork and sneaky deadlines so that all of your I's are dotted and T's are crossed. If you've been hurt on the job, I'm on top of it. Contact us at ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Eagle Leasing Storage Studio. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Canes light the lamp here.
I mean, what a phenomenal coach. He's one of those guys, as an opponent, you see him and the way he talks to his players, the emotion he coaches with behind the bench. I played with some guys that played against him, and the emotion and the physicality that he played with on the ice, looks like he brought that behind the bench, and he gets his guys to buy in. So whatever he's selling, the players are buying. He did a phenomenal job. I can't imagine the emotions he's going through now as a coach, having won as a player. I can't imagine how proud he is of his guys.
It was TJ Oshie, right, from ESPN?
Yep.
It is all about his guys. We talked to Rod Brind'Amour earlier. If you're good, we'll let you hear it again.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you'll be good.
Yes.
It is the Adam Gold Show. We're live on YouTube. Go to YouTube, search Adam Gold Show, or 99.9 The Fan. Victoria producing the program as always. So many things I want to play in the wall of sound. I don't even want to wait. Let's just go.
The wall of sound is a function of this studio. There's no doubt about it.
So the last two Stanley Cups have been won by the Florida Panthers. Matthew Tkachuk plays for them. And this year's Stanley Cup run began with Carolina sweeping the Ottawa Senators, and Brady Tkachuk plays for them. So why not tap into the Wingmen podcast, which is Matthew Tkachuk and Brady Tkachuk talking about the game, and let's listen to Matthew and a little bit of Brady talking about Jordan Staal.
17 years from his first cup to his second cup, Jordan Staal. Conn Smythe winner at that age and that finals performance, that is a stuff of legends right there. I mean, he only had 1 or 2 goals, I think, and then the Stanley Cup final, he has 6 from 6 games. So unbelievable. And that's going as a defensive center who's playing against every team's top player. I know he played against you for majority of the series. And when your job's not to score and then you score every game, that is just such an added bonus. I'm tight with Eric and Mark, and I've actually been texting with them throughout the playoffs and mainly the final. They were kind of doing what you've done for me the last couple of years, where they went to a bunch of the games. They traveled to Carolina, to Vegas. I guarantee you, when you ask him, when everything's said and done, like, that'll be one of his favorite parts. And having brothers that played and knowing what it's like, and just so cool.
Yeah, it was very good. So we really had none of Brady there. It was just all Matthew.
He just basically said 17 years. That was him, and then it.
I have said this before about that. I believe every clip that I have seen of that podcast, with very few exceptions.
Right.
There might have been like one exception, legitimately. It's basically all been Matthew. Does Brady even speak
It's just there. So it can be a brothers podcast.
It's wild. Yeah, that's right. You don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
I'll just go.
Just show up.
40 minutes, I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
And you just stand there, nod your head
Yeah.
a few times, blink so we know you're alive.
Say a word or two.
My friend Greg Wyshynski, ESPN, on this is the way to talk about what the Hurricanes just did.
Yeah, it's easily one of the most dominant runs I've ever covered. I mean, they ran through some pretty good teams in the Eastern Conference in Ottawa and Philadelphia. Famously had the longest break between two series in 107 years in the NHL, and then obviously did what they did against Vegas in 6 games. But I think what that run through the Eastern Conference did for them was give them rest, was give them good health, was put them in a position to do what they did tonight. Where they hadn't been in that position in previous runs as a group together. As the series went on, the last period of Game 5, most of Game 6, you could kind of see which team had the better rest, the better legs, the better focus, and which team had the longer run to get to the Stanley Cup final. And I think that's one of the huge reasons why the Hurricanes lifted the cup tonight.
Absolutely awesome. Finally, somebody going, we don't have to talk about the pathway. We don't have to talk about luck. We don't have to talk about, the Rangers weren't in the playoffs. People are legitimately saying, the Hurricanes, they've been knocked out of the playoffs every year by the Rangers or Florida.
Or the Panthers, yeah.
They weren't in the playoffs.
Right.
So did the rest of the teams suck?
Because
right. Those two,
we should just forfeit the opportunity because they're not in it.
First of all, the Rangers have been bad for 2 years. Florida was obviously missed the playoffs this year because the injuries piled up. They couldn't overcome it, and I get it. But that doesn't mean that they wouldn't have been good against Florida this year. All right. But I appreciate Greg Wyshynski always, but I appreciate Greg, as always, for keeping it real. All right. Let's move on to Tom Dundon on just how important his head coach is.
Yeah, I think Rod's system is more Rod. It's I don't know how technical it is as much as everybody tries their best every day. And you never have to question that. You never have to think about it. And when everybody does it, it's easier for everyone to stay connected and stay in the moment. So I don't know if his system's any different than anybody else's system. I think he gets an attention to detail and an effort level that is hard for people to sustain. There's no success that I can't conceive of success without him. I think he is literally the most important thing we have in Carolina. And he was proud of the Hurricanes when nobody else was. One of the reasons I hired him is he loved the Hurricanes, and now he keeps it every day in a way that I know I can be proud. I never have to worry, and nobody has to worry about how we're going to play and if we're going to have a chance to win and how we're going to treat people. So we're very lucky.
Yes, extremely lucky. There's been a lot of talk about Rod in terms of he is the highest profile. He's the face of the Hurricanes franchise. Not Jordan Staal, not Sebastian Aho, not Jacob Slavin. It's Rod Brind'Amour. Is what it is. And I don't know that Rod's comfortable with that or not. You don't control the reality. No matter how self-deprecating you are. You don't. When people think about the Carolina Hurricanes, they think Rod Brind'Amour. Because, A, he was the captain when they won the Cup in 2006. And he's responsible for this run. It is double-barreled face of the franchise stuff. And he deserves it. All right. Eric Tulsky, the general manager, I believe this was on a podcast. This comes from The Sheet with Jeff Merrick. And Jeff used to be at Sportsnet, now does his own thing independently. And this is about turning Mikko Rantanen into Logan Stankoven and kind of how that came about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember exactly who said. There's always a bunch of back and forth, so sure. I can't answer that and be 100% sure. But I know he was when we first talked to them, he was the person we asked for and the one we wanted to try to build a deal around. We had scouting reports on him that were, very complimentary of him as a player and as a fit. Our data team was really high on him. I haven't told this before. I've said we had somebody on our team who said, that guy's made to be a Hurricane. I never said who, because if something goes south, I never want to have a staffer, feel like they ate it. But now that he has sort of met and exceeded all expectations, I'll go ahead and give Chris Huffine credit as the person. So he's our video coach, and he was the one who said, if there's, his line was, that guy is a Carolina Hurricane. I don't know how else to say it. And we had strong scouting reports. We had strong reviews from the data team. I didn't expect him to be the person that the coaching staff wanted, because coaches always want size and physicality and toughness. And the fact that that Chris picked him out as someone who he said, that's the guy I want. We knew, we've got unanimous across all our groups that this is the player. So that was where we focused.
Logan Stankoven, little dog thinks he's a big dog. He is awesome. What a player.
Oh, yeah.
Man, my gosh. That line, Stankoven, Hall, Blake. Jackson Blake led the team in scoring. Taylor Hall was second. And Logan Stankoven led the team in goals.
And we get to keep him for a long time. I'm very happy about that.
That's another thing that's really cool, is to absorb the national hockey pundits going, they get paid what?
Mm-hmm.
So much jealousy. All right, one more thing, and then Elliott Avent on the other side. If you like the World Cup, and I love the World Cup, I am enjoying this. Yesterday was really a historic day. Andres Cantor, who is doing the games for Telemundo here in the U.S., on the third Lionel Messi goal last night against Algeria.
Ahí va Messi, prefiere con Nico por aquí. González para Messi. Messi, Messi, Messi. ¡Gol! ¡Gol! En su debut de este sexto mundial, en su partido 200, que estaba la duda que si había que dosificarlo, que si iba a arrancar de titular, que iba a arrancar de suplente, que juegue siempre, que juegue para siempre. Leo Messi 3-0.
Genio, no te vayas nunca. Triplete de Lionel Messi, con la parte interna de pierna izquierda, como le gusta al poste más lejano de Zidane. 16 anotaciones en Copa del Mundo.
I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. Awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome. By the way, before we get out of here today, we have to listen to goals from the Stanley Cup Finals in other languages. I was told the Danish call of Nick Ehlers' empty net goal is next level. So I'm all about next level Danish. So that's something we'll get to. Speaking of stuff we'll get to, Elliott Avent, NC State baseball coach forever, will join us next.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Listen every afternoon for The Drive with Tim Donnelly.
Let me officially put to rest and retire some phrases that I have heard too many times. Let's retire Rod Brind'Amour system can't win a Stanley Cup. Let's retire Sebastian Aho can't be a Stanley Cup champion first line center. Let's retire the goalies aren't good enough for the Stanley Cup. The Canes won, retire them.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 3 to 6 on 99.9 The Fan.
bull riding contest. I'm signing up.
You've never ridden a bull.
No, but I won playing a new Bucks Loaded Edition scratch-off, and I'm on a roll.
But they're loaded with $50, $100, and $200 prizes.
Oh, I'm riding the Widowmaker.
Go for the win with new Bucks Loaded Edition scratch-offs and digital instants from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds to win range from 1 in 3.72 to 4.75. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
It's Men's Health Month. Did you know men tend to develop cardiovascular risk earlier than many realize? New research suggests men begin showing significantly elevated heart disease risk as early as their mid-30s. Here's a health tip from Kraft Body Scan. Prevention shouldn't start after retirement age. Building healthy habits earlier, including exercise, strength training, stress management, and routine health evaluations can dramatically improve long-term quality of life. Brought to you by craftbodyscan.com.
This is the sound of Claire, cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd. To the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
It's bow time. Ordering Bojangles Bow Bites is the easiest choice you'll make today. The bite-sized hand-breaded chicken is fried to crispy perfection, making it perfect for sharing, snacking, or when you're on the go. Just don't call it a nugget. The only hard part is choosing from our 6 dipping sauces. We've got a sauce for every kind of craving, from our creamy house-made ranch to our sweet and spicy peach honey pepper sauce. It all depends on what kind of mood you're in. Head to your nearest Bojangles today and discover the dippable, shareable, and craveable Bow Bites. It's bow time.
There's no time like bow time. Time to head on over to Bojangles to try Bojangles' new Bow Bites. Bite-sized hand-breaded chicken fried to crispy perfection. On the go, they're perfect for snacking or sharing. Dipped in your favorite sauce like creamy house-made ranch or peach honey pepper, they're the perfect way to satisfy your craving for flavor and value. Try Bojangles' new Bow Bites. It's an easy choice to make when it's bow time.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead? Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection. You object to what? Erroneous. Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. I've been scouting these big carriers for a minute now, and I've seen them pull the same play 1,000 times. They promise you the world, then hit you with a price hike right when the game gets tight. But Boost Mobile, their $25 a month unlimited wireless plan is the most consistent player on the floor. No contracts, no price hikes. Unlock the savings today at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months on the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
This is Adam Gold.
And we're going to have Seth on the show next week when he gets back from vacation. He was by a pool. What are you doing? Get him off Twitter.
It's nicer to be on Twitter when you're by a pool anyway.
No, just stop. Stop engaging with people.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. I meant to bring this up after we spoke with Rod Brind'Amour. When I asked him, do you have a World Cup pick? I really fully expected him to say, no, I don't.
Right.
And then he said that he had watched Canada's match, which I also watched.
Curveball.
And he talked, right. And then he talked about, I like the way Canada plays, and they do attack. They had trouble breaking down Bosnia. And then he said, U.S. had a good game. I'm going to pick the U.S. to win. So the fact that he, had a pick.
Yeah.
Already watched a match.
Yep.
I'm I did not expect that. And full disclosure, we were 10 seconds away from having that interview cut off because we had a natural break at the top of the hour. To that end, I was texting with Elliott Avent, who now joins us on the Adam Gold Show, and he also had World Cup thoughts. And I'm like, all right, it's the beautiful game. It's the world's game. And I am glad that people here, people like yourself, Elliott, respect the event for what it is, which is just, the whole world is watching. I said this earlier. First of all, thank you very much for your time. It pains me that Victoria actually typed this into your identifying bar on the bottom of the television screen, former NC State baseball coach, because that's what your Wikipedia page now says, and it made me mad when I looked at it today.
Well, it's inaccurate. I'm not former yet. I got like 13 days left.
Perfect.
Got 2 weeks left.
Take it down.
I'm not former yet.
Take it. I want to see if I can watch Victoria remove the word former. Does it like? Do we just remove each letter? Oh, and it's gone now. It miraculously disappeared. Well, good. I'm glad you're not former just yet. First of all, I want to talk about your friend for a second. Because I know you were at one of the games. You were wearing an Andrei Svechnikov jersey. You were spied. Where do you put Rod in iconic? I'm just going to, like, when I say North Carolina, meaning the state of North Carolina, iconic North Carolina coaches. Where do you put him on that list? He's got to be very high, no?
Well, I put him at the top. I think he's at the top there's so many great coaches in the state, as you well know, and obviously I had the pleasure to know many of them. And I think Coach Esposito, I've always said Coach Esposito is the godfather of NC State athletics and their storied history. And you got Jimmy Valvano, you've got Coach Yao. There's so many great coaches here. But Rod Brind'Amour, first of all, I got educated on hockey. When they came here,
right,
I was like many Southerners. How can you bring a hockey team to Raleigh, North Carolina, and how's it going to work? And now it's like I was sitting with Eddie Biedenbach, I think it was at Game 5, and Eddie and I were sitting there, and we were scouring the arena. Every seat was full. At the very top of the very back row, every seat had somebody in it, and it was crazy loud for – 2.5 hours.
Yep.
And Eddie looked at me, who obviously he's revered with basketball and with NC State basketball and his history here. But Eddie was like, Elliott, it should be like this for basketball games. And I said, obviously it should, but that's a big arena, and to fill that arena up for every game is almost impossible. And what hockey has done for not only the city of Raleigh, North Carolina, what it's done for the state of North Carolina is actually put our state more on the map than it already was. It's brought politicians together.
Yes.
It's done so much. And Rod, he won a Stanley Cup as a player, and every restaurant I walk in seems to have a picture of him hoisting that Stanley Cup. And now he wins it, but it's not that he won it as a player. It's not that he won it as a coach. It's it's the person that he is. And I've had the pleasure of getting to know so many of those guys. Jordan Stahl, I spent a couple hours with him, I think this past spring. Martin Nook, I was with him at a football game. At Rod's wedding, I met so many people at Rod's wedding, and so many people at Rod's wedding, and they all have one thing in common. They're just regular guys. They're very humble. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They're family men. They're just great people. Hockey, I told Ron Francis, I had a 4-hour lunch with Ron Francis. He was in town about 2 weeks ago. We went to Clues for 4 hours. And obviously we didn't eat that whole time. But we just talked about every hockey player I've ever met. It's right now in my mind, hockey's the number one sport for people just being real people and going about things the right way and playing with integrity and playing with, courage and playing with heart and playing for a team. And as Rod said the other day, it's the ultimate team sport. And we have heroes in other sports throughout our country. You can find a guy in football. You can find a guy, Peyton Manning in football, whoever you want to like, right?
Yep.
But it's like every player is unbelievable. I was in the locker room the other night after Game 5, and just to see those guys walk out and sign autographs and take pictures with people when they're just trying to get home. You know what I'm saying? And I've fallen in love with hockey, but that's why Rod Brind'Amour is the most iconic coach. It's not because of what he did. It's how he did it and who he is and what he represents. And I would say he's at the top on my list.
Elliott Avent is joining. You're on the top of my list. Elliott Avent is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. Here's the other thing, because you mentioned Lenovo Center being filled for games 1, 2, and 5, and of course all the other games during the playoffs. Lenovo Center was also filled for games 3, 4, and 6, and there was no game being played there. You had 20,000 people watching TV inside Lenovo Center, which absolutely blows me away. Here's what it could lead to, though, because I do think that when you see the passion for it, I wonder your thoughts on whether or not this could allow Major League Baseball to look even more critically at Raleigh as a location for an expansion franchise.
Well, they say they're going to bring 1 or 2 more, teams in the league, and obviously, what they have seen and witnessed, and what we're going to promote with the Stanley Cup, and even without the Stanley Cup, you can't get a ticket to a regular season game.
Right. 41
games are packed. What they've done, and you mentioned the people in the Lenovo Center, there were probably another 3,000 or 4,000. Adina Stock went and she had an idea she opened up Raleighwood for the last, I think, 3 games, 2 or 3 games, and she was there till like 1:00 in the morning. It's just, and I think they want them to open Carter Finley Stadium. I mean, people went absolutely just crazy over this team. The parade on Saturday, I'm sure, is going to be unbelievable, and it's done so many things for, like I say, the city of Raleigh. But I think it's brought a lot of people together. And as we were once the hotbed of, college basketball and college football, obviously Raleigh, North Carolina is a hockey town now.
No doubt about it. And the way Rod talks about the area, and a lot of it is based on, he married into an NC State family. But he was always into NC State even before he met Amy Biedenbach, the then Amy Biedenbach. Right. So Rod has always been a State fan. I remember talking to him when he was a player. He was always into it. All right, so let me ask you this. Elliott Avent is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. I got to bring up a little bit about your career, and you have the most everything at NC State baseball, and I can't wait to see how this university honors you. And we can talk about serious topics another time. But I am just curious. Do you have a win, a game that stands out in a positive way for you? And I also want to ask you about one that hurt. And I know your fans, they have probably a few that hurt. One that I know you hated to lose, but it was one of the most iconic games I have ever went to, was the game in Durham at the ACC tournament with my son, who was 4, out way late. But do you have a win that stands out in your mind that you will carry with you?
Oh yeah, that they all are special, and they're, when we beat Arkansas in Arkansas with that 21 team.
Yep.
That was the most improbable. I remember Buddy Green, played here, baseball, football, NC State, coached football here, defensive coordinator, Navy. he gets up at like 4 a.m. and drives 2 hours, catches a flight to Arkansas after we lose like 23-2. And one of his buddies says, "Have you lost your mind? They got beat 23-2 yesterday, and you're doing all this to get to Arkansas?" And Buddy said, "Hey, the last I checked, it's 2 out of 3." So that win in Arkansas obviously is unbelievable. But then you got to think about every time I get off the elevator here, and there's a TV with sharing a lot of past games and plays and stuff. And to see that last catch in left field by Brian Adams and Trey Turner, shortstop's running out to meet him. And that was our first time to go to the World Series in 2013 against a Rice team that appeared to be unbeatable. They had pitching like the old Atlanta Braves. And to win that game like it was a 2.5-hour rain delay. And so those are – and then the win in Georgia, obviously, seeing Georgia play right now last night, it brought me back to winning in Georgia to go to the World Series in 24. But those are – every win is special and every loss hurts. The two toughest losses that I'm walking around the offices right now, the year Coastal Carolina wins the national championship, we waited for 3 hours because the NCAA said it was going to rain. So for 3 hours it doesn't rain. Then we start the game.
Right.
We end up in a monsoon with like a 2-run lead, and the umpires tried to finish it, but the pitcher couldn't grip the ball. It was a monsoon. We start the game at 11 o'clock in the morning. I was tossed out of the game, so I had to try to watch the game standing on my top of my desk with Mark Gottfried and Bobby Lutz. And when the line drive that won the game for Coastal, the crowd went crazy. They thought the right fielder caught it, so we're slapping high fives only to find out he trapped it, and we lose to Coastal. That was a tough loss. And then there was a loss at TCU, which is probably the toughest environment that our team ever played in front of. It was unbelievable. They were unbelievable. And we had that game won, and we lost that game on a unusual balks that were called at the end. Matter of fact, same guy in this series called a balk the other day that didn't exist either.
Oh, really?
So the same guy still calling balks. That's his favorite thing to do. He just makes them up in his head. So anyway, those two stick out in my mind as the toughest losses. The 18-inning game you're talking about with Carolina, actually that one didn't hurt that much. It probably did at the time, but that's one of the greatest games I ever was in my life.
Yeah.
And it was almost like me and Mike Fox looked at each other, and we didn't really feel like there was a loser. It was just an incredible experience. And even though there was probably the largest crowd ever to watch a college game in North Carolina, I think I've met 30,000 people that said they were at that game. You know what I'm saying? So it was an incredible game. It was an incredible experience to be a part of.
I'll tell you a quick story about that game. I think it was Clemson, Georgia Tech was the game before it, and that game went a little bit long. And at the time, and this is over at the Durham Bulls Athletic Park, at the time they were separate tickets for each game. So if you had a ticket to the State Carolina game, which was the last game that night, you had to wait until they cleared out the stadium from the previous game. So we didn't have tickets. I mean, I guess, we didn't have tickets. I had a media pass, but we were going into the game, and my son was with me. Actually, I think we must have had a ticket. So because we were waiting outside. And for those people who have ever been to a Grateful Dead show, the fans. This is a weird explanation for this, Elliott. The fans for the Deadheads would go through a thing called Shakedown Street. You would wait outside before they let you into the parking lot around the stadium, and that's what it felt like. It felt like everybody was queuing up for a major rock concert, and it was crazy. Everybody was excited. We go in. The game didn't start till almost 9. So it's after midnight. My son is he's 4 years old. And I get a text from my wife at just after midnight. And she said to me, and there were it was 1 run scored, right? You guys led 1-0 late, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And so the game was moving along fairly well. I get a text from my wife at, I don't know, just after midnight, and she said to me, "Where's my child?" And I said, so I sent her a picture. Jack, who had a media credential around his neck, was sitting on press row with a bag of popcorn watching the game. And I'm like, he's watching a baseball game. And she was like, doesn't he need to come home? I'm like, yeah, probably. I think we left in like the 14th inning. And I got home to see the end. I mean, unfortunately we couldn't stay for the whole thing, but yeah, he had a blast. I still have that the photograph from that day. He had a blast. That was absolutely one of the greatest games I ever watched. And I mean, I got a chance to watch the end of it with Tony Haynes doing the call on TV, I believe, when I got home. So it was such a great game. And you're right. I think that's one where it doesn't hurt as much. Obviously, no ramifications because you guys both made the NCAA tournament that year as well. So, and so many great players on the field. We're going to talk again, and then we'll talk about the state of play in college baseball. But I just had to talk to you because I know we could talk about Rod and hockey and everything, and I have just unbelievable respect for you and the job you did. And I'm glad you're not former yet.
Well, I appreciate that. And like I told you, what you have done for this, area, bringing, sports talk radio, that's what we all kind of grew up on a little bit through the years. And then it seems like it kind of went off a little bit, and you have maintained and you have stuck with it. And what y'all do for the city to make people aware of things they may not be aware of is incredible. And I've told you before, I've talked to Rod about you, and he thinks you have a great, great knowledge of hockey.
Well, it's his.
He respects you for that.
I thank you very much, Elliott. I'll see you soon. I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, you take care and call anytime.
You got it. Elliott Avent here. Not yet. The former NC State baseball coach. All right. We have, I don't know how much time we've got when we come back, but we'll bring you as much of the Rod Brind'Amour conversation as we can because, they won a Stanley Cup. Next.
His Zamboni is bigger than yours. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
As public power customers, we experience fewer outages and faster restoration than customers of other electric providers. But the benefits of having a locally owned electric system go far beyond unbeaten reliability. Our local public power employees support our community, providing electric hookups for events, installing and maintaining ballpark lights, holiday lights, traffic lights, street lights, and more. Local people working together to meet local needs. That's the value of public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
If you want the nation's best auto insurer, look no further than North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Rated #1 in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card 7 years in a row, we're the only insurer in the nation to receive an A+ rating from auto body shops. Our philosophy is simple: be fair, be quick, be the best. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Carolina Complete Health. From neighborhoods in Charlotte to families in Greensboro, Raleigh, and Durham, all the way to Asheville and Wilmington, and everything in between. We are here for communities across North Carolina, connecting you to the care and support you need. We are here to make healthcare easier to access and understand. We are here to bridge the gap, because your health matters. Your community matters. You matter. We are here for your health. Visit hereforyourhealthnc.com.
Are you ready to make a difference? Become Mental Health First Aid Certified with the Governor's Institute. This free one-day training will give you the skills to recognize, understand, and respond to mental health and substance use challenges. Whether you're a friend, coworker, or caregiver, you can be the support someone needs. The training is available in person or online and is open to everyone. No experience required. Take the first step today. Visit milvetacademy.org to learn more.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. It is the biggest stage in the world, the most popular sporting event on the planet. Billions of people, not hundreds of millions, billions of people. And FanDuel changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them, but not with FanDuel. If your guy, let's just say he's a striker that plays in the Saudi Pro League, he gets subbed off, and they bring on a winger who plays in the Premier League, you get that guy instead of the guy who went back home maybe to Saudi Arabia. I don't know. FanDuel.com/local. FanDuel.com/local. That's FanDuel.com/local. Come on. It's the biggest sporting event on earth. FanDuel. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
We're not adults, so just be there and listen. I just want someone to yap to. And I just feel like I'll be fine if someone just hears me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
You're doing a really good job. And I don't think I tell you that enough. And I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us. But, try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Bright Focus Foundation's Alzheimer's disease research program is paving the way for a cure. Learn about symptoms, diagnosis, and breakthrough research at brightfocus.org or call us at 1-855-345-6237 for free resources.
This is Adam Gold.
Soap attracts dirt, right? That's what soap does. It attracts dirt. Right now, Bill Belichick is soap. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's soap.
Yeah.
He's attracting all this dirt.
Or he's like an overripe banana and it's attracting all these gnats.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. All right, I promised I will deliver. Conversation with the head coach, Rod Brind'Amour, and let's pick it up here. No care in the world after the Nick Ehlers empty net goal. I head in your hand, the whole thing. Take me inside that moment.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're up 2-0, and it's you just can't get ahead of it, right? You don't, you just and then even the empty netter goes in. I'm like, I look up, there's almost 59 seconds, and I'm just thinking, okay, we scored 3 in 30, whatever. So I'm like, I can't, let it happen yet because you just hold on, and the guys were going crazy on the bench, and I'm trying to kind of take it in because I that's what life's about is the memories, and I'm just trying to kind of process it all, and then watch the clock finally kick down, and just pretty amazing feeling. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's just been a long journey with these guys, and I was just so grateful and happy for them and myself too, but it was for them, just see the joy, and it's the guys deserved it, and that's really what it's all about.
Your hug with Aho on the bench, I don't know what it looked like. It meant a ton to Sebastian because he didn't jump out onto the ice with everybody else. There's a lot of, I talked to him after every season, and each year it got harder because I know how he burns to win. What did, without telling us what he said, what did that mean to you guys?
Well, it means a lot. There's a few guys, I love all these guys, but we got a history, right? Since the day one of him showing up here, I've been around, and so I've watched him, and tried to help him grow as a player, person, all that, and I've watched him just mature and into the player he is now, a person. It's special. So that's the unique, I guess, I don't know what the word is, but it's the unique thing that I have going for me here with the relationships, because we've got a lot of guys that we have this history with. And so I know you mentioned it every year that we didn't get to this point was it really hard on everyone, but he's been here long as anyone. So he's had a lot of disappointments, and just we both have. We've been through it together, so
right.
That's really what it's about. I was just so happy for him, Jordo, all the guys, Slavo, Marty, but Svesh, the guys that have been here, since day one of this. They, like I said, they all deserve it, but those guys especially.
Yeah, you mentioned 5 guys, and those are the 5. Svechnikov, Martinuk, Aho, Slavin, and Stahl. And we're going to go through at least a few of those. But you said earlier that you looked up at the clock, and I believe there was a minute 9 or minute 7 or whatever it was after Ehlers scored the empty net goal. But how hard was it to not allow the finish line to enter in to your thought process? Not that it's going to change the way you coach or anything like that. But it had to. The closer you get to it, it's just human nature that those thoughts start coming in. How did you block them out?
Well, they did. I mean, like I said, you try to go in 5-minute segments in the third period. I kept saying, can we just get down to 15 without any issues? Can we get to 10? And then we took a penalty, right? Everything was going smooth. And Robbie takes a penalty, and I'm just like, no, like that's the last thing. All you have to do is not do that, and it was accidental, and we understand it happens, and then I'm like, damn it, because then here comes, right? Then all of a sudden, then we're in 2 minutes of absolute chaos, stress, everything could happen, and we managed to get through that, and then it kind of, they did have one chance after that, but it was, we still had the 2-goal lead, so, it's an incredible run. I talked to Robbie about that after. It was hilarious. He said he almost puked in the penalty box watching that. And I'm telling you, that's the real feeling of these guys. Like they're like, oh my God, this can't, I can't be the one that did this. And so it's great. That's the way to sum it up.
The funny thing about that penalty was that Robinson was actually in the process of fighting through and getting past his guy to go after the puck. And so the stick, it was a totally accidental, high stick. And I thought when they blew the whistle, I thought, well, I thought it was a penalty on Vegas because Robinson had really fought through. And then obviously when I guess it was McNabb collected the puck, well, obviously it's not a penalty on Vegas, but either way, unbelievable stuff. And that was the sequence where, if I'm not mistaken, Brandon Bussey didn't have a stick for about 90 seconds.
Yeah.
And I don't know, did he scare Jack Eichel into hitting it off the crossbar?
No, it's just there's where the good bounces went our way.
Yeah,
and that's what happened there. I think we've been owed a lot of bounces over the years, and I think they all came through right there. That was it.
That one, Tomas Hertl late, just kind of with Bussey sitting on his pants, shooting it right into him. Rod Brind'Amour is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. Have you rewatched the game?
I actually did. The other night it was on when I just sat down on TV, and I forget it's on the NHL Network, I think. They replayed it, and I was like, there's nothing else on. And I just watched it, and it was great to watch it like a fan would watch it,
Yep.
And especially when you know the outcome. Like that's where it's 10 times better. When you have a special game and you know what happens, it's like, sign me up.
All right. Well, because I also watched it, and I've watched, I think, every game from the conference final and the Stanley Cup final series. I've watched over again on NHL Network. Yeah. I thought that there were games where you guys didn't win that I thought you were much better. I thought you were much better in Game 4 than, as it turned out, to being 4-0 down. When I rewatched that game, I thought, well, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. We get scoreboard inebriated, I think. Speaking of which, did your celebrations in 2006 with your teammates, did they rival what we have seen this group? I still don't know what Logan Stankoven was wearing last night or tonight, whatever night it was. I have no idea what that was.
This group is they're making sure they do the best at everything. They're going, they're still going. I saw them this morning pull up at the rink and get on the bus, and they're going somewhere else now. Somewhere else in North Carolina. So, I mean, they're doing it right. I mean, this is exactly how you should do this.
No doubt about it. All right, I want to let you talk about Jordan Staal here. And I mean, for 8 years, you've been reminding everybody how good he is, even though he doesn't score. And I know that you won 2 Selke Awards after winning the Stanley Cup in 2006. I just made this prediction before you came on. Jordan's going to win the Selke next year, whether he deserves it or not, because he's deserved it probably 8 times before. And the fact that he wasn't a finalist this year is bananas to me. But he's going to win it next year. I'm just making that prediction. Boy, everything fell into place. He only had 12 points. I mean, it wasn't like he had 28 points like Mitch Marner did or whatever that number ended up being. But he was amazing for 2 months.
Yeah, well, all year, right? But yes, you're 100% right. And I feel like we're just spitting out the same things that we talk about every day. But the great part about it is the hockey world's got to see it. You and I know it.
Yes.
And I guess I see the game a little differently, but I'm a guy having to match lines and worry about the other team's best players and take the heat off some of our other guys and blah, blah, blah. And it's because of Jordan, you're able to do these things. And the face-off thing is amazing to me because and we talk about this a lot, right? But
the
fact that he can be that dominant, and no one still mentions the fact that he's taking all these face-offs on his weak side.
Yep.
Going against people's strong side. Like, it's such a big deal. And puck possession is everything in this game. And when you can dominate a face-off dot for the game, that's just, I don't know how many more possessions you're just getting your team. It's incredible. So he did that. He raised the level there. He was honestly, I just think he was like possessed.
Yep.
Like he went to another level, and right from the start of playoffs. I mean, that first shift in playoffs, he went outside his comfort zone, and it was like, I'm taking this team on my back, and this is what we're doing. And I mean, it was every shift, every game, and then it came to fruition in that finals where, he's scoring goals, so now everybody's talking about him, but it was the same every game.
68% in the face-off circle. Jacob Slavin had that one game at the beginning of the Montreal series where you said you'd never seen that in 8 years. The opposite of that was Game 6. You could see that from the very first time he stepped on the ice. There's nothing that was going to happen unless it was positive on when he was on the ice. Now, he might have turned the puck over that led to your first goal, but he erased that with great defensive play to kind of force the turnover back. But that was as good a game as I've seen Jacob Slavin play.
Oh, no doubt. And all the years we talk about that we've had him here, he's never once come up after a game when he's played well, like great, and go, hey, I played good tonight. You know what I mean? He's not that kind of guy. But guess what? After that game, he came up to me and he said, I was good tonight. I loved it. I'm like, you're darn right you did. Like, but he was like, that was kind of his little joke. But I mean, yeah, so impressive.
He was everywhere. We need a stat in the NHL for passes blocked, for pucks knocked off sticks. I know you guys have them. But, my gosh, that number had to be in the 20s on Sunday night. 2 very quick things, and then I will let you go. People have asked me, they've been asking me this all year about it, honestly, about your longevity. I'm not going to ask you about yours because you're not going to tell me now anyway. But what about Jordan? What about Staal? How much – because this was – I mean, obviously the goals were there. He's been great for a long time. But, I mean, he was just awesome all year long. How much longer can Jordan stay at this level?
Well, the interesting thing is I think he can do this for a long time. And I mean long, I don't know. We're not talking 10 years. But,
right.
I think, I don't see any reason not to unless he just mentally just couldn't answer it anymore,
right.
Because that is, honestly, at the end, it's not really the physical thing.
Right.
He keeps himself in great shape, and the type of game he plays, we're not asking him to get 100 points, And so it's a little – I think he could stay in there as long as he wants. It's just mentally it's hard, and people don't quite get that. But
right.
To get up and do the preparation and do all the stuff you have to do to get yourself ready, that's the hard part. And, that's he's going to probably struggle with. But, now that he's won and he got that taste back, maybe that's actually a good thing, and it'll push him to be like, this is fun, and I want to do this for as long as I can. That's what I'm hoping. But we don't need to talk about that because he still has lots of time left.
Good, because the reason I asked the question the way I did, my feeling, and I don't have any inside knowledge here. I promise you I don't. When people ask me how much longer do you think Rod will do this, and do you have to plan for whoever the next coach is, I just said, I honestly don't know, but I believe that Rod and Jordan Staal, I kind of think they're tied together.
That makes sense.
So Jordan's got one more year left on his current contract. So does Jordan Martinook, by the way. And then my guess is if he still wants to play, he's plenty good enough.
Yeah.
If he still wants to play, then it'll probably be a year-to-year deal. I mean, maybe he'll sign a 2-year deal after next year, but I think it'll be a year-to-year deal. And I would imagine that those two will, I do think they'll be pretty closely aligned. Final thing about this. One of the many videos that I have retweeted over the last 48 hours and made comments on is a guy in Vegas who does the afternoon show for ESPN radio in Las Vegas. And he's like, well, Vegas needs a coach. By the way, John Tortorella said he's not going to be they said that John Tortorella, whatever, it's mutual. They need a coach. They should go out, we should pay Rod. Okay, show me you're not paying attention without telling me you're not paying attention. He'll never be the coach elsewhere. He'll never be the coach of another NHL team.
He's off the market.
He's damaged his own leverage. He has. Rod Brind'Amour should be the highest paid coach in the NHL. He is the best coach in the NHL. I'm biased, but I'm right. He is the best coach in the NHL.
He is. That's what I told him when I called him.
He is.
Best coach ever.
You were right, Victoria. Thank you. See everybody tomorrow.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.